know I'm talking about, know I'm talking about, know I'm talking about. We back, Ratchet Gang. We back with another one. We back with another banger. Let's get the likes up. Look, you might have forgot. Hell, they might have forgot. But you already know it's the king. Too loyal. Know I'm talking about Ratchet TV. Hey, y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Get the likes up if you in the building. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell so you can get the drop whenever I drop. All right, so boom. Man. We got to talk, Ratchet Gang. We got to chop it up. Look, tonight, we got to talk about a crazy, and I do mean a crazy story that we got to get into tonight. It's about a lady by the name of Afeni Badu Muhammad. Has anybody heard of this story? Hold on, let me do this in the chat. Let me do it like this. Hold on, why the hell is it? Why does it keep doing it? All right, there we go. Boom. All right, so hold on. Let me do a poll real quick. Let me drop a poll in the chat. Have you heard of this story before? Yes, it's crazy. Or nope, give me the drop. All right, there we go. Poll is in the chat. Y'all get the likes up. Double tap the screen, get the likes up. Also, vote on the poll in the chat. We got a lot to talk about tonight. This is a crazy story that I decided to pick up. And like I told y'all, we getting back to the content. We're not going back and forth with nobody. We already keep exposing what we expose and we moving on. We do what we do and we keep working, man. We outwork everybody. That's why they trying to be like us over here. Keep it a big buck, allegedly. Allegedly. And everything I say is alleged. And it's all under the Fair Use Act. And you can see the fair use disclaimer in the description of this video. And in the description of all my videos. This is just for entertainment, educational purposes only. This just to educate my people on what we've been covering over here. Like I said, it's all under the Fair Use Act. And you can see the fair use disclaimer in the description of this video. And everything I say is alleged. Allegedly. Okay. So I did a poll in the chat. 68% of the room says they have heard of this story. So yeah, this was one that came across my desk the other day. But you know, I've been on a hiatus on my content. I've just been really chilling. I've just been sitting back, just analyzing everything. And I've been working behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep that a big buck. So this is something I want to get into because, and it's another touching story that I think a lot of people kind of can relate to in a way of knowing somebody or may have encountered something like this before, whether it be in the workplace, whether it be family members or whatever. Now, raise your hand in the room if you've ever felt like you've been targeted at a job. Everybody in the building, just raise your hand. Just put a hand emoji in the chat. Let me see. Put a hand, just drop your hands in the chat. Raise your hand. Have you ever felt like you've been targeted at a job? I'll raise mine. I definitely had some situations in the workforce before. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I definitely have had some situations to where yeah, there's always something in the workplace, man. There's always something going on. Let me tell y'all a little story. Can I do story time with y'all real quick? Because I'm just going to show you how people can relate to this. So, and not everybody reacts to situations the same way. Now, there was once upon a time in everybody's life, I'm pretty sure that you was younger and did a lot of, you know what I'm saying, wild shit, right? So versus someone in the workforce probably doing something to you now, you probably wouldn't even react. And you probably just go about it a different way because you learned from previous mistakes you made in the past or whatever. So I remember one time I'm at work and mind you, I used to work in the meat department. That's like the highest position where you can get in. And if you know grocery, you know they over there. That's where the money is at. Just put it like that. So what I'm getting paid is up there with the big bosses type shit. people was already feeling the kind of way about it, whoop. So then the dude who, you know what I'm saying, the dude who was in my department, my manager, that nigga found out. And that dude just started acting weird as hell and doing a lot of weird shit every time, you know what I'm saying, whoop. So I remember one time dude tried to check me, you know what I'm saying, came at me also like damn near like he wanted to fight. I'm like, man, hold on. I know in that situation, if I react, that can cost everything if you react. So just walk away and shit. I just went to, let's go talk to the big bosses who are here right now. And let's let them know how the hell you back here talking to me. And I ain't going for that disrespect, no matter how you feeling about this damn job. So I'll go over your head, above and beyond. I'm gonna go talk to your boss. Fuck that. Like, now let's get this straight right now. Let's go talk to your boss. Let's get this shit correct now. And dude ended up, long story short, dude ended up crying, doing a whole little spiel back there with the damn with his damn boss and shit. I ain't buying that. Nah, dude, you came at me sideways. Now you want to cry about it. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is not everybody's gonna handle situations differently. So this girl ended up feeling like she was targeted at her job, feel like she was being bullied at her job. And this is something that we should talk about. Bullying is still a thing. Now we're gonna get to this both sides of the story and figure out exactly what went on. We're gonna go over a lot of videos tonight and figure out what the hell this was about. But this girl seemed to feel like she was targeted at her job. She felt like she was being bullied. She felt like she was being attacked. She felt like her boss was holding things over her. Whatever. Now, was she doing that? We'll get to it. But I mean, even if she was doing that, I just don't believe the woman deserved to get stabbed 15 times. Now we're gonna get to that too, because allegedly this girl. But if you kind of watch her social media, you'll see like there was some shit there. Has anybody in here saw what that girl was posting on social media? Drop the gems in the chat. If you have seen what that girl was posting on social media, drop the eyeballs if you don't know what the hell going on. If you've seen what this girl was posting on her TikTok, whatever, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, all her social media, she was posting some weird shit. You kind of knew. That's somebody I probably wouldn't even be. I wouldn't argue with somebody like that. Now you ain't something wrong. Now you ain't you know what I'm saying? But not even to make fun of no one, because mental illness is real and not everyone deals with life the same way. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, this girl, from what I researched and found out, there was a point in time where this girl was homeless. Did anybody know about that? Drop the gems if you knew about her being homeless. Drop the eyeballs if you didn't know about that shit. And allegedly, she would have to sell her body for a bed at night, type shit. Allegedly, this is what I came across. Allegedly, she used to, sell her body just to have a place to sleep at night. And, she already felt something just wasn't. Now, I don't know who relates to that or who doesn't. I don't know. That's not to judge nobody. We're not even trying to. I'm just saying mental illness is a real thing, and you just don't know who's dealing with what. So it's probably best to, treat everybody the same way you want to be treated. I always have a thing where I don't carry negative energy outside. If you got issues, whatever, leave them in your house. Don't take your problems from here to work. Don't take your problems from here to the grocery store, because you just never know you just never know. You want to have the most peaceful, positive mind when you're in the world, because you can attract whatever. I ain't trying to be up here preaching. I'm just giving y'all some game. So you just never know who's dealing with what. So you kind of want to be nice to everybody. I always treat people with respect, and you kind of want to just try to avoid all situations because you don't know who you're dealing with. Some people might just be ready to snap, and you just never know. So let's get into this story. Like I said, I dropped the poll in the chat. 223 votes, 67% of the room says they have heard of the story. 33% of the room says they have not. They want to get the drop. So I want everybody to vote on that poll. Also, I want everyone to double tap the screen. We got 200 likes on the screen. Get a membership, throw a super chat if you want to support the channel. But if anything, just double tap the screen. Let's get these likes up. We're finna get to these videos, and I just want to show y'all a little bit about this girl, and it's a crazy. Hold on, let me get over here. So this is her, and we're gonna get into her story. We're about to get into her story in just a minute. Hold on. We're about to get into this damn story, man. All right, let's go. Are y'all ready to start this damn live? Double tap the screen if y'all ready, man. Now, when you start to watch what the hell she had going on, you could definitely see something was wrong here. Something was wrong here.
Like, yeah, you could have booked me again. You would never see me again. I'd never come back to that fucking house. Nope. You could book me if you want to. I would not press accept, because I ain't doing it. Get somebody else to clean your fucking house. You want to be ashamed of yourself, because your house was fucking filthy. And I know you're telling me you gotta have surgery soon or whatever, but it still ain't no fucking excuse why you can't piss off the fucking toilet. Like that shit pissed me off. It's a disappointment to know that these fucking adults don't know how to clean their fucking houses. But these be the main people that be trying to think they running something and thinking they bossing people around, acting like they the boss of everybody. Well, what's going on with y'all houses though? Why your houses look filthy like this? What's up with that? Cause I'm mad now. I'm heated. What? Just cause I get paid and stuff to clean houses? That means that like I'm a fan of you people? No, you people are a fucking disgrace.
So, like I said, you start to see she definitely had. She had a problem with something or someone. It was a lot she had going on. Hey, y'all, we almost at 300 likes. Everybody double tap your screen for me. Everybody double tap your screen for me. We almost at 300 likes. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So, like I said, it was something going on here. We're going to get into it, but I just want to kind of pause. And I see people saying to see the Chucky. You're going to see some weird stuff when it comes. I'm not even, like I'm saying, I'm not making fun of nobody. This is just putting the story out there. Salute to Fat Boy for the 20. Says salute to you. I appreciate that 20. Salute.
You people are a fucking disgrace. Your houses look a fucking mess. How do you live with yourself? Why are you even selling Barbies? Barbies are magical and beautiful and clean. What you selling Barbies for? Have a bunch of Barbies and shit, but your house don't look like a Barbie house. What's up with that? It's disgusting. Especially when I go to fucking houses and people be sitting on their fucking sofa just chilling and shit, watching TV and talking about a bunch of nothing. Why the fuck you don't got time to clean your fucking house? Ain't no excuse. You just being lazy. Yeah, some people really can't, but some people can. Because there's been houses I've been to that people can fucking clean their own house. They're just being lazy. No, I ain't your fucking maid, and you will never see me again. Bitch, get off my dick! Just because I open Candyland doesn't mean I ain't slick. I gave out treats, but I still have a few tricks up my sleeve. Hey, but this bitch suck my dick, and I ain't slick. Bitch, get off my...
Yo, what in the hell, y'all? Double tap that screen. We almost had 300 likes. It's real, y'all.
Dick! Just because I open Candyland doesn't mean I ain't slick. I gave out treats, but I still have a few tricks up my sleeve. Hey, but this bitch suck my dick. Put your tongue back in your mouth before you take a lick. We close the Candyland. Bitch swallow her gum.
Yo, this is some... What the hell, y'all?
First person got sick. Yeah, y'all thought y'all changed me, but I'm still your prick. Thought y'all changed me, but I still piss y'all off more than might come from my dick.
Man.
I'm still ghetto slum. No, I'm still ghetto slum like a mellow bum. I'm wavy like Jello, huh? Still shady like palm trees in the Bahamas. I'm still number one. Come to you, teacher. Y'all class clowns are done. Fuck out of my way.
Yo, what the fuck? Yo, baby girl.
I'm about to take a break and then I gotta go clean the other house.
I don't even know who the hell she was talking to. That's the crazy part about it. She just was on live just ranting and raving. I don't know what the hell that was about, but like I said, you don't know who you're arguing with. You don't know who is who. Just be careful out here, man. Just be careful out here. Look at this shit. What in the hell, y'all? This is what she was posting. What? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, the girl was, yeah, she obviously had a few issues. You know, like I said, she snapped. We're gonna get into her story though.
Then one day she coming in there and talking about some yeah, I broke my door in half and I had to pull my gun out on my kids since this and that. Well, you know, telling us that like the fuck you telling us you pulled a gun out on your kids for? You sound like a fucking psychopath. That's what I wanted to tell her. She was talking about some she blacked out. I'm like, yeah, you must have had blacked out if you pulled the gun out on your kids. Like, you know, like I'm like, what the fuck you telling me this for? Like she think she's like trying to make it seem like that she big dog or some shit. Give a fuck about you telling me about you pulling the gun on a kid. I don't fucking like that shit doesn't scare me. You know what I mean? That shit doesn't scare me. If she thought she was trying to intimidate me, that shit didn't intimidate me at all. I don't give a fuck about her telling me about what the fuck she did. You know, and maybe that's why they always fighting her to defend themselves. They probably felt like their life was threatened. The fuck out of here with that shit.
So again, she's talking about her boss. That's her manager, the one that she says was, you know, attacking her at work and holding things over her head. And it's a weird story, man. It's a weird story.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in this store, you know, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. You know, nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So her, all that animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, then trying to tell me, I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I told her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, you know, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That shit is crazy. I'm telling you. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't.
Listen to that. Listen to the ending of that again. Listen to this right here. They should have been paying attention. Should have been paying real close attention. Listen to what she was saying.
Like, she'll be making mistakes. I'm catching her. Sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she'll be making mistakes. I be catching her.
Okay, so whose side are y'all on? Are y'all on I'm just gonna say the worker, not in any disrespect, the worker or the manager? And the employee or the manager, if you don't want to say worker. Are you with the employee in this situation? Like, do you think that she was in the right defending herself? Or do you think she was dead wrong and you're on the manager's side? RIP to her too. She lost her life. She was stabbed 15 times. And she did end up unaliving the lady, her manager. She was tired of being bullied. And she said the lady was constantly sending her home. The lady was constantly, you know, disrespecting her. The lady was just constantly attacking her, and she just felt like she was being picked on and bullied at work. She was being bullied and harassed by her manager, and she took her into the worker. You know what I mean, man? I'm not saying it disrespectfully. You have workers and you have, you know, bosses. That's the facts, but I didn't want to sound disrespectful, so you could just say employee. I mean, you trying to say worker is crazy. Stop sticking to one thing that I said and just pay attention to the message here, dog. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to the message. Stop all the trolling. There's a deep message right here. Are you with the manager or are you with the employee in this situation? They said find another job. They said employee, she didn't have to attack her. They said they with the manager, just find another job. As a former McDonald's manager, corporate won't do a dang thing. They said, was there someone over the manager to go to? Just find another job. What the hell? They say, man, they over here. These comments going crazy. Hey, everybody, let me know in the chat, whose side are you on? Are you on the employee side or are you on the worker side? They said she unalived that lady, shaking my head. Let's continue. Listen to this right here.
So her, all the animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, that trying to tell me I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, you know, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That shit is crazy. I'm telling you. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her. To do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't.
Now, let me tell y'all, is there anybody in here who's a manager right now? Raise your hand. I need a share of hands in the building. Are you a manager? Or have you ever been in management before? I have. So you know that I'm not lying when I say this. As a former manager, I used to be a manager, so I got to see the ins and outs of how management really works. I used to see some of my fellow managers just didn't like people in the back. They like, hey, so-and-so on the schedule today, I'm definitely sending her home. Straight up, I've seen it happen before. I've seen people just be like, I do not like her. I do not like working with her, or I don't like working with him. I'm sending this mother straight home. As soon as they say one thing slick, I'm sending, or as soon as we got time to cut hours, or where they say we're cutting hours. That's all BS. That's lies. They have so many hours, it's up to the managers not to use them so they can get bonuses, though. That's the part that people don't understand. The less hours you work, the more I get paid. So I use you up until a certain point, then I kind of get you up out of here. Don't really want to give you overtime or do that. I want to keep you but I got all the hours to use. I'm telling you, I don't got the hours, but I definitely got them. I got like 175 extra hours just sitting here that I'm not supposed to use if I want more money. Am I lying, y'all? Be real. Am I lying right now? So they kind of pick on people. Some people can use that to. Some people are fair. Some people are not. You know, it is what it is. But the corporate people are telling you, don't use those hours. I'm just saying, I'm speaking facts. That's how it goes. That is how it goes in the management world. If you didn't know, that's how it goes. They can do whatever they want to. They got all the hours to give you. They just choose not to so they can get bonuses for Christmas and stuff like that. The less you get paid, the more they make in the end, and the more money the company makes. They just use you and abuse you, allegedly. Allegedly. Let's continue.
Nah, this stays at home though. I'm not gonna bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess. I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully.
Now look at this again. She ended up playing with the knife right there. Look.
Nah, this stays at home though. I'm not gonna bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess. I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps saying her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man.
Listen to what
that
she's
shit
saying.
Have to stop.
Listen to what she's saying the lady's doing, y'all. Just listen to, if this is her truth, I don't know. I'm not on no one side. I'm just covering the story. If you're listening to what she is saying, and she's mentally ill and been through it, I'm not saying it's an excuse to take anyone's life. I'm just saying, who is in the wrong here? Is the manager in the wrong if she's really doing these things? And, I don't know if this would be karma or what. You can't take karma into your own hands and take anyone's life. So I'm not saying, do you agree with her taking her life? But just, do you agree that, are you on her side as far as she just snapped and it was on the manager? Or should she had just found another job and not lost her cool? But if you're dealing with mental illness, you can't really tell someone how to react. I'm not saying that they can unalive people, but you just never know what people are going through. So it's best probably, I don't know if she was being bullied or not. We're just covering the story. We're going to get to the facts. I don't know. We're going to stick to the facts right now. So from what we know, this is just her truth. We, unfortunately for the other lady, we don't get to hear her truth. Unfortunately for her, we don't get to hear her truth. All we get to do is hear her speaking about what was going on. I don't know. Who are y'all with? Are y'all with the employee or are y'all with the manager? Let me know in the chat.
Nah, this stays at home though. I'm not gonna bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess. I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps saying her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. Nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. Nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like,
I ain't gonna lie, I would not argue. This is just somebody you just don't argue with. I'm just sure they could tell by the way she was. I don't know, man. You could just tell something definitely just not all the fruits was in the basket.
Somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So all that animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, that trying to tell me I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That shit is crazy. I'm telling you. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't. I was wrongfully treated today at work.
I'm borderline scared watching this shit. Like, this is like, I don't know, y'all. This is loose.
At all. It ain't. I was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like you're way too into this McDonald's thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like you were borderline overly, like, I'm not going live talking about work. You know what I'm saying? Not me. I mean, I'm not judging nobody, but me personally, if I had a fucked up day at work, I'm just gonna go home and sleep it off or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't bring work at home and I don't bring home at work. You know what I'm saying? Home to work, whatever. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This is crazy work.
A lot of times, treated today. I was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say.
The signs were there, bro. Like, the signs were clearly there.
Name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me.
Salute, big baby.
That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy. Yep. It was ridiculous. Talk right now, and you still look into my space, still say, stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy. It was ridiculous. Because I know that I'm a great person, and I know I won't be tolerating that. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next.
Oh, shit.
Because it wasn't right. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next. Because it wasn't right. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next. Because it wasn't right. It was ridiculous. And there will be hell to pay for that.
What the fuck?
Without a doubt. Right?
One more time, y'all.
So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next. Because it wasn't right. It was ridiculous. And there will be hell to pay for that. Without a doubt.
Yeah. I don't know. You might want to stay the hell away from this girl. This girl was trouble. Yeah, that girl was trouble. She had it all planned out, it seems like. It's like she had it all planned out. I'm not saying that she was right or wrong, you know, I mean, it was wrong because you should have never took the lady's life, but it feels like you were planning this. You know, I think somewhere in a sick, twisted world, I think you were planning out how you were going to take this lady out. I think you sat in your bed at night and you definitely talked to yourself. I feel like you talked to yourself about work, and I feel like you didn't coached yourself through it. You know what I mean? Someone said, play the video. Play what video? Don't tell me what to do, but I just played the video. I just got done playing the video. So I don't know, man. What do y'all think about this, man? Let me know in the chat. This is a crazy story, bro.
I know it's 1,000 of motherfuckers out here that hate they boss, but you don't see them going to goddamn work unaliving them. Like, what the fuck? You ain't never go to work in motherfucking Shaky McShanks or your motherfucking boss and unalive that lady. Let's get into the story, y'all. Baby, Afeni motherfucker Muhammad took head of your boss to a whole new motherfucking level. Baby, and I don't never want to get to that level, okay? I love my freedom. Now, I'm gonna be always honest with y'all. Looking at that girl in that wig and that motherfucking hat and them sunglasses in this hot cell outside, I already knew that bitch was batshit crazy, okay?
Yo.
Okay, I love my freedom. Now, I'm gonna be always honest with y'all. Look at
Salute to Reese for that 50 piece. I'll read your message after the video. Salute.
That girl in that wig and that motherfucking hat and them sunglasses in this hot cell outside. I already knew that bitch was batshit crazy, okay? This bitch look unhinged like a motherfucker. She look like she'll do some shit like she just did. So I don't even know why anybody's surprised. The bitch was just walking around with a goddamn dead bird. Then she was flicking bed bugs off her goddamn self. Yeah, that bitch dangerous. That bitch was playing with a bed bug talking about it wanted me to help it, but I didn't help it. Batshit crazy. That bitch crazy. Okay? This bitch look unhinged like a motherfucker. She look like she'll do some shit like she just did. So I don't even know why anybody's surprised. The bitch was just walking around with a goddamn dead bird. Then she was flicking bed bugs off her goddamn self. Yeah, that bitch dangerous. That bitch was playing with a bed bug talking about it wanted me to help it, but I didn't help it. Batshit crazy. That bitch crazy than a motherfucker. Now let's get into the real tea why Afeni unalive goddamn Jennifer Harrison. Baby, she said that Jennifer was playing with her motherfucking time clock, okay? She said she played with her money. She said every time she was coming to work, Jennifer was sending her home early. She would come in on her off day just to make up the time, so I guess so she could pay her bills or whatever the fuck she gotta do. You know what I'm saying? All us, we go to work for what? Make the money, right? Okay, cool. So she said that one day at the goddamn job, the motherfucking boss, which is Miss Hudson, she said that Jennifer told everybody that she pulled a gun out on her fucking kids, or whatever the case is. So with that being said, I feel like maybe Afeni was scared because after the boss did tell her that she pulled a gun on her own kids. So if you pull a gun on your own kids, what the fuck would you do to me? If you put a gun on your own motherfucking kids, you definitely will pull a gun out on motherfucking me. So that's probably why she brought the knife to begin with. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. That manager had no business telling them nothing that was going on in her personal life, even if she did pull a pew-pew out on her kids. That's probably what made this motherfucking girl so motherfucking scared of her, because she like, shit, she got a pew-pew, so shit, I guess she brought a knife to a gunfight, shit, at this point. And come on now, y'all, a lot of us done had a goddamn boss that was power tripping. They got a little bit of motherfucking power and went to their motherfucking head. I think that manager lady was fucking with this girl. And she probably didn't like her. You know what I'm saying? Probably didn't like her ass at all. You know what I'm saying? Especially knowing that like she was one of those weirdo girls. So she probably didn't like her ass. And probably was fucking with her motherfucking time. But that still don't give her the right to go in there and unalive their mother of six. It doesn't. Okay? Bitches quit. Go to another goddamn job. That's how you do. Now you ain't gotta worry about no goddamn job. Next job you gonna have is in the goddamn kitchen at the goddamn jail. Fixing up motherfucking plates. Now you ain't gotta worry about no goddamn job and no bills and this and the third. You get yourself a permanent goddamn seat in the goddamn jail cell. Got yourself a permanent bed up in that motherfucker. But I'm gonna tell y'all just like this. Be respectful to people. Stop treating people any type of motherfucking way. I don't give a fuck if you're a boss, you're a co-worker. I don't give a fuck what it is. Treat people how you want to be treated. Because this could have been resolved just by a simple motherfucking conversation. Okay? That lady did not have to lose her life. Well, 2 people lost their life because this girl gonna be locked up for the rest of her goddamn life. Okay? And I'm gonna just tell y'all like this. Love each other and be kind. Shit, it don't take much to be goddamn kind.
So what y'all think about that, man? Yeah, I just want to, that's pretty much the sum up of that story. And I do, yes, for someone who asked me in the chat, they said, do I have the video of the hearing? Yes, I do. If y'all want to go straight to the hearing, I got the entire hearing video as well. Do y'all want to go to the hearing to see what that, you know what I'm saying, what was going on in her hearing? I definitely got that whole video. We could run that if y'all ready for it. Reese Cup dropped $50. She said, hey, Ratchet Mods and Ratchet Gang, the lesson in this story is that people need to respect one another. And if you feel that your work environment is toxic to you, then quit. But don't take matters into your own hands and take someone's life. Thank you, Reese Cup, for the $50. And you were right. Don't take someone's life. You can't do that. There's no way that we could say that's right. There's nothing I could do to really defend you. I mean, but has anybody in here ever been bullied before? Has anybody in the room ever been bullied? You know, when people get bullied, and they really feel as if someone is bullying them and they feel defenseless, like that's like backing a dog into a corner. There's only one thing left to do at that point. And I'm not saying it's okay to unalive anybody. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying when you purposefully push people's buttons. It's like you can't. That's like you walk up to somebody and slap them in the face. You think y'all are gonna fight. This person pulls out a pum pum and unalives you. Was that person wrong? But you should have never slapped the mother in the face in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You should have never done it. You can't tell someone how to react to certain situations. So I'm not saying she was right. I'm not saying she was wrong. I'm not even giving my opinion on the story yet. I'm just covering it right now. We're going to get to the facts. But I'm just saying you can't tell someone how to react to any situation. And I'm not saying I'm not saying she's right for unaliving that lady, because I definitely didn't think she was wrong for unaliving her. But all right, let me figure out which one was this hearing video. Give me 1 second real quick.
Mama.
Oh no, let's go here real quick.
My mama, she woke up every day and went to work for us. My mama died trying to take care of us. She died. My God. She was so good to everybody. A hard-working woman. So kind. If anybody needed help, she would give you her last. Give you the shirt off her back.
These are her children she left behind, man. This is a sad situation, man. All the way around the board is just a sad situation.
Did not deserve that at all.
Salute to Miss Hollywood Media for this clip.
How many kids can survive?
6. All 6 of us. Me and my
5 girls.
siblings.
6 kids.
1 boy.
5 girls, 1 boy.
My brother. And she's aware that she took us from her. We met everybody at McDonald's. My mama always shared with everybody that she loved her kids, showed them pictures of us. We would come up here. We met her co-workers. We met the lady and everything. I don't understand why she had to kill her. It was not fair. My mama didn't deserve that. My mama was even good to her. She was good to everybody. Everybody. I hate that she had to die alone in there. I hate that she had woke up trying to make money for me and my siblings and had to pass away just trying to work for us. It's not fair. It's not fair.
And you wrong for taking this woman away from her children. My sister. That is just it.
You met us. You saw all of us in there playing in there. You gave us stickers. You came to introduce yourself to us. Why take our mama from us? You knew we loved each other. You knew she was all that we had. No.
How old was your mom if I could ask?
She was 39.
She's young.
Very young.
39 years old, y'all. 39 years old.
Single mother.
Single. Our dad is incarcerated.
So they don't have a dad or a mom now. Crazy work.
No, we only got our aunties and my pastor. My mama is gone.
Man, that's a messed up situation to be in, man. That's just a messed up situation. Now the kids don't got a mama or a daddy. The kids don't got a mom or a dad, man. That's just sad and unfortunate. I'm trying to find that hearing video. Give me a second. Give me a second. I want to find that hearing video.
Your boss sends you home.
Give me 1 second. I don't got it labeled. So just give me a second.
Let me tell.
I got a lot of videos on this shit. All right, here we go.
Please approach for the swear to. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the information being provided is true and accurate to the best of your information, knowledge, and belief, subject to penalties of perjury?
I do.
Put your hand down. With regard to the defendant, Afeni Muhammad, please set forth the factual basis for the warrant request.
Yes, Your Honor. 7/10/25, McDonald's employee Afeni Muhammad stabbed McDonald's manager Jennifer Harris multiple times with a kitchen knife at the McDonald's restaurant at 179219 Mile. Harris was not armed at the time and died of her injuries. Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back."
Let's listen to that again. This is how the story allegedly went. Pay attention to this, y'all.
Subject to penalties of perjury.
I do.
put your hand down. With regard to the defendant, Afeni Muhammad, please set forth the factual basis for the warrant request.
Yes, Your Honor. 7/10/25, McDonald's employee Afeni Muhammad stabbed McDonald's manager Jennifer Harris multiple times with a kitchen knife at the McDonald's restaurant at 179219 Mile. Harris was not armed at the time and died of her injuries. Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back." Muhammad was arrested on scene and the knife was recovered. Muhammad admitted that she intended to kill Harris and stated that after she was sent home, she drove to a nearby park, decided to come back and stab Harris with a knife that she had inside her vehicle. When Muhammad returned to stab Harris, she entered the back entrance with a hood mask over her face in an attempt to conceal her identity and attempted to flee the scene after the stabbing, but was stopped by an armed customer.
And the requested charges are murder in the first degree, count 2, dangerous weapon carrying with unlawful intent, and there's a habitual second notice offense. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
The warrant is being signed and we can proceed to arraignment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Calling file number 25354, People versus Afeni Badu Muhammad. Council appearances for the record, please.
After your National Table on behalf of the people.
Thank you very much, Jack. Please, this honorable court and acting contrary on behalf of Mrs. Muhammad, which who does appear in case of.
Your name, please, ma'am?
Afeni Muhammad.
Very good. You're here today for arraignment on the charges of murder in the first degree, premeditated, count 2, carrying a weapon with unlawful intent, and a habitual second notice. Mr. Licata, how does your client wish to proceed?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. At this time, my client is asking the court to enter not guilty plea, and this matter set for probable cause after the preliminary exam.
She said, they said a not guilty plea. I would love to see what the defense is going to be for this. I mean, are you going to plead self-defense because you're going to say you were bullied? I want to see how this plays out.
I have advised my client of her rights, as well as the charges against her and the potential penalties. We are ready to proceed on those grounds.
Very good. Ma'am, do you understand the nature of the charges against you to your satisfaction after talking to your attorney?
Yes.
Very good. I will go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Are you requesting a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
I will appoint an attorney to represent you. We'll set this matter for...
You gonna go to a first-degree unaliving charge. Basically, it's gonna be premeditated probably, and whatever. You're gonna face this with the court appointed? You going not guilty on an unaliving charge with the court appointed.
Probable cause conference on July 23rd, 2025 at 1 p.m. The preliminary examination will be on July 30th, 2025 at 1 p.m. As to bond, Mr. Licata.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Just briefly, my client is 26 years old, does live in the great city of East Point. Your Honor, my client is a high school graduate. In fact, is actually taking some online classes for college for a physical therapy degree. Your Honor, there are some disturbing facts in this particular matter, but there are facts that haven't been brought out yet, and my client is extremely anxious to have those facts brought to light during the pendency of this case. She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical, that involved alcohol issues, which is where the habitual second stems from, and her prior record. Your Honor, my client is a helpful person. She's a giving person. She's actually is credited with saving a life because of a 60-year-old who had skin cancer that she may go to the doctor to find out that that's exactly what it was, and that person is doing extremely well right now. I understand the facts that have been laid out today in the legal warrant, but at this time, Your Honor, we are asking the court to consider a bond in this manner that is appropriate, that my client can meet so that she can meet with her attorneys and prepare for the defense in this manner. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of the people?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Pursuant to court rule, the court is well within its authority to grant no bond involving any case involving murder. In this case, we are requesting no bond for this defendant. Also provided within the court rules are certain factors for this court to consider when determining whether to grant any bond at all, and in this case, we are requesting the bonds that you First of all, the court can consider whether or not this defendant is a threat to the community. She entered a public building with other individuals.
So how old is she? I believe she's 26, if I'm not mistaken.
Other employees that were present. She produced a weapon that was a knife longer than 3 inches, and she stabbed the victim multiple times, up to possibly as many as 15 times, eventually causing her death. There were other employees that were present at the time. So
listen to this again.
No bond, this defendant.
This is why they said they want no bond for her.
Provided within the court rules are certain factors for this court to consider when determining whether to grant any bond at all, and in this case, we are requesting the bonds that you keep. First of all, the court can consider whether or not this defendant is a threat to the community. She entered a public building with other individuals, other employees that were present. She produced a weapon that was a knife longer than 3 inches, and she stabbed the victim multiple times, up to possibly as many as 15 times, eventually causing her death. There were other employees that were present at the time, some of which attempted to help the victim after the stabbing occurred. That alone is enough to show that there is a threat to the community. She then ran from the building to her vehicle, presumably with the intent to flee from the scene. She was stopped by a helpful bystander. You're also able to consider the likelihood of conviction in this case, given the facts as laid out by Detective Showers and the information that the prosecutors have reviewed in order to charge this defendant. There is a very high likelihood of conviction. And then finally, the defendant does have a prior instance of at least one that I'm aware that involved a stabbing, similar obviously to the stabbing that occurred in this case involving a knife. So given all of those factors, and given the fact that this court does have authority to give no bond to defendants charged with murder, I am asking at this time for no bond in this case.
Thank you, counsel. The court has reviewed the charges and the circumstances surrounding this case. The defendant is facing various serious charges, including murder in the first degree, which is one of the most serious criminal offenses in our state, carrying penalties up to life without parole. Additionally, carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent further underscores defendant's potential threat to public safety. Defendant has a prior criminal record. It was actually felony malicious wounding that was reduced to unlawful bodily injury concerning a stabbing, and that is what gives rise to the habitual second. And in determining bond, the court must look to the factors outlined in Michigan Court Rule 6.106. Number 1, the seriousness of the offense and the danger posed to the community. The charges here involved a violent crime with a weapon, indicating a substantial risk to the public. The court finds there is a significant threat to public safety, and therefore the bond must reflect that risk. Number 2, the weight of the evidence against the defendant. While the evidence is not fully before us and the defendant is cloaked with the presumption of innocence, the nature of the charges along with the prior criminal history suggests that there is substantial evidence against the defendant. Defendant's criminal history: the defendant has a violent criminal past. The history supports the court's concern that the defendant may engage in further violent conduct if she is released. The defendant's ties to the community: while the defendant is relatively young at 26 years of age, there's no indication that she has any significant stabilizing ties to the community that would ensure her return for court appearances. Without these ties, the court is concerned about the likelihood of flight. Number 5, defendant's risk of fleeing or failing to appear. Due to the severity of the charges and habitual offender status, it makes the defendant a high risk for flight. The court finds that this factor weighs heavily in favor of a high bond amount. Substance abuse or mental treatment: although there are no reports at this time suggesting that the defendant suffers from mental health or substance abuse issues that would mitigate the risks posed by defendant's release, the court is, after considering all of these factors, going to be setting bond at $25 million, cash surety only, with conditions. If the defendant is able to meet those conditions, she must be on a GPS steel cuff tether. She is not to leave the state of Michigan. She is to report her address within 24 hours of, she must report any change of address within 24 hours. There would be stringent daily contact with community corrections as to her whereabouts. She also would be required to have alcohol and drug testing as condition of her release. There would be no contact with the family of the decedent. Any witness says she is not to return to McDonald's. And if she is unable to post the $25 million bond, she will remain in custody. See you back.
Wait, she needs a court-appointed lawyer, and you think she gonna make a $25 million bond? $25 million? She ain't got 250 racks laying around nowhere. What?
Here, ma'am, on July 23rd at 1 o'clock for your probable cause conference. Thank you.
She looking like $25 million. What the what? 25 M's.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She gonna need 2.5 million something. Yeah, she gonna need 2.5. She ain't got, but just basically say no bond. That girl ain't got no damn $25 million bond. She ain't got nothing to put up that's worth 2.5 million. I just thought about the 25 million. Yeah, that's a lot of goddamn. I'm thinking of 2.5 million. Nah, that's 25 million. Oh, God, nah, hell no. 25 million? That's a lot of money. Yeah, she work at McDonald's. She definitely ain't got that. Yeah, you're gonna be sitting in there for the rest of your life, baby girl. Somebody, if you can meet the conditions of this bond. She ain't meeting the conditions of none of that. She ain't meeting the conditions of none of that. And I'm surprised they let her keep that wig in jail. But that's a story for another day. I was shocked that they let her keep that wig on. But, yeah, it's loose. It is loose right now. I don't know what, yeah, that girl, she finna have to sit down. She finna have to sit her ass down somewhere. Rightfully so, though.
I like this food.
That just woke my dogs completely up. My dogs was in there knocked out. I hear my, yo, what the fuck? I can hear my dogs and they're tripping out like, what in the fuck is going on in this house? That just scared my dog. What in the hell we just watched? Yeah, something seriously. Yeah, something was seriously wrong with this damn girl. What the fuck? They said she was not stable to be working. Nah, hell, who hired her? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to start doing background checks on people. They said she had already stabbed somebody before. McDonald's, y'all didn't do no background check on this damn girl? So y'all didn't know that she had previously stabbed somebody before? She had a record, a violent record. I didn't even think you could work at McDonald's with a violent record. But let's keep it a big buck. That's some crazy shit. What the fuck?
Wow, that's crazy. You playing with the numbers. That's crazy.
Nah, this stays at home though. I'm not gonna bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess.
I'm sure. Jesus fucking Christ, you're the Bay Harbor Butcher.
It says, and laughing like it's funny. And this is what she was posting, y'all. Some weird shit. Look at this.
This is a fucked up world we live in, man. Where we have to question this shit.
What in the hell are we watching, y'all? What in the hell is going on right here? I'm genuinely kind of scared watching this stuff.
My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me.
Wow.
And to walk into my space still bothering me, and I said, get away from me.
Homeless. How she rented a room from a stranger who expected her to trade her body just for a place to sleep. In one of her videos, Afeni explained that she was renting a room from a man named Wayne. She made it clear that she only wanted a place to stay, not a relationship. But according to her, Wayne kept trying to pursue her, despite her saying no.
I'm just sitting at this park right now. I wanted I had to talk to my neighbor Wayne again and like clear up everything with him because how I said how like he always like he's always he always like look at me a certain way or something, and I told him that like I don't want to have sex. I told him that. So it's like, you know, sometimes he would give me something to eat or something if I didn't make anyone on Instacart. I get that. But I told him like I don't want him thinking that that I owe him that just because he do that for me sometimes. I want him to think that I owe him sex. So now like after I told him that, it's like he's been crying and crying and telling me you think I use him. Dismissing everything that I do for him, did for him. Dismissing the fact that he had this condition that he's been going through for a long time and nobody can help him. But me, I helped him get through it. And I cook and, you know, I don't have a lot of money, but I still make money at work.
But why y'all gotta understand how people
I don't have a car right now. I'm still working to get a new car. And he feels like I owe him sex. And now he's mad and crying and trying to make me feel guilty. I need to just calm down. I'll be okay.
This is a weird one.
Yo, tell me what y'all thinking about this content, man. Double tap the screen if you're enjoying tonight's content. Like I told y'all, we switching it up, man. We got other stuff to talk about over here, man. I think this is a dope show. Tell me in the chat, what are y'all thinking about tonight's content? Also, double tap that screen if you're enjoying it. We almost at 500 likes. Let's go.
I'm gonna be okay. But I shouldn't know.
In this clip, Afeni recorded a moment where Wayne was tormenting and trying to gaslight her. You can clearly see her yelling at him to leave her alone while she's in her room.
Okay, so let me know what y'all think about this. So apparently, Afeni, Mohammed, that girl that unalived the manager, Jennifer Harrison, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you could see in the video she's unwell. She's mentally unwell. Like, I do understand where she's coming from into certain way, There are some managers out there who are cool. You have some managers out there who are assholes, I understand these are jobs where managers are programmed to make sure you're doing the right thing and not fuck up where they gotta get on your ass. But at the same time, this is...
I just realized my bro got on a whole bonnet. I just realized Buddy got on a bonnet. Come on, dog. What is up with everybody from the talk of ticks to just wear bonnets? Come on, man.
This kind of show where mental health is a problem where people face every day. Because this wasn't even her first rodeo stabbing people. She did it at Taco Bell. There was a woman on here even confirmed that wasn't her first rodeo. She had criminal charges in her past about these type of shit. And then on top of that, it showed that she's living with a stranger where he's obligated to where everything you gotta want is sex. And she was like, I'm not there for that. I'm here to stay and I pay rent. These are situations that I learned. You never know what people are going through. I don't give a fuck because I stand on what I said. Even though what she did was wrong, I kind of stand on how she feel. We living into a world that people will never understand until when it's too fucking late on things like this. That's when they're gonna get the clarity of understanding. You know, this is a world that mental health is becoming a problem where people feel left out in a world that they can't get help, where they don't feel love enough, you feel me? Because of this now, the court give her 20 million bond. 20 million bond. Now she's suffering in prison for 20 million bond. And if they don't got that shit type of money, now her ass is gonna stay in jail for life. Dealing with these, man, you know what, but hey, man, let me know what y'all think about this video. Like the video, repost the video, and I'm out, y'all. Yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. And despite the fact that she was on TikTok making videos of her working while doing at McDonald's, it makes sense now where she's doing TikTok, man. Because like I said, bro, look at the situation she's in. Where you got a man obligating her where you feel like she owe him sex. And man, look, it kind of making sense with the TikTok shit now.
And if you were listening to their story, she was just going on to say how she was renting out a room from a man, and you know she needed help getting a car. It wasn't on her feet, and this dude was gaslighting her, making her feel like she owed him sex. And she had already been through previous situations where she felt like she had to sell her body, for a place to sleep. She was dealing with a lot. I'm not saying she was right for doing what she did, but allegedly, she had been through a lot of crazy situations, abusive situations. And like I said, you just never know what people are dealing with, man. You just don't know what people got going on in their personal life. So it's just best to be nice to everyone. You know what I mean? You just never know, man. Somebody might be ready to snap.
This is 26-year-old Afeni Muhammad, also known as Rising Phoenix on social media. She unalived her manager, 39-year-old Jennifer Harris, after she was told to clock out early and go home. Prior to Jennifer being stabbed, Afeni was
salute to Big Baby for the 3-piece.
Sent home by Jennifer for not performing her work duties as told. She then argued with Jennifer and was told to just clock out and go home. She returned shortly, only this time wearing a mask. She walked through the employee's door, but she attacked Jennifer, unaliving her with a kitchen knife. A customer watched all of this happen, and he had a legal gun on him. He fired one shot at her as she tried to escape and detained her until the police came. She is now facing a $25 million bond and a murder charge. As this story was unfolding, there were videos of Afeni going on social media saying she is in a toxic work environment.
I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all.
This is just a reminder to always be kind to people because you never know what someone is going through mentally. May Jennifer rest in peace. Have you ever had a boss that was so rude and pushed you to your buttons every day? How did you protect your peace? Like this video, follow me if you are not, and let me know in the comments.
I was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me.
I mean, do you feel like maybe if she was dealing with previous assaults from men and, being controlled by men, do you think that this played a factor into her, snapping? And maybe this was like bringing back some certain trauma I'm not giving her any excuses. I'm just trying to understand the severity of the situation, because obviously she was dealing with something. You know what I mean? She was definitely dealing with something. So what do y'all think in the chat, man? They said they tormented her. I mean, I think that she was dealing with a lot, man. And this was a point in her life where she just reached her breaking point, I just think she snapped. I don't know, man. I'm feeling for her because I feel like she was crying out for help. The signs were there, and now that it's too late, everybody wants to pay attention to her. But no one was paying attention when she was crying out for help.
She was tired, child. She really was tired. Her Instagram page told it all. Did y'all hear about this 26-year-old woman that unalived her McDonald's manager on yesterday in Detroit? Let me go ahead and give y'all the backstory and everything that I gathered. So if you go over to her Instagram page, Official Riz in Phoenix, you will see that she posted videos prior to this incident stating that the manager was bullying her and that she kept sending her home back to back and she got things to do. She also said that her manager would say little things like she got to pull her belt off for them because they act like her kids or something. And then she said that the manager was telling her about an incident when she pulled the pew-pew up on her kids one time. So yesterday when she got to work and her manager sent her home, I guess that was her breaking point. Because she went home, came back with a skull cap or something up on her head and had a sharp item in her hand and went in there and jabbed the manager. Now, the reason why I said her Instagram told it all.
Salute Brian Russell for the $20. Says great show. Salute back to you.
Is because if you go on her Instagram and you look at those videos that she posted prior to this incident, you will see. Now, if you scroll on down, you also see that she had been battling with things in her life. Like she had her own demons that she was battling with. Like from getting evicted to having a roommate, and a roommate want to make her have interactions with him and stuff, and she don't want to have interactions with him. Like she had been going through a lot, and her Instagram page really was a cry for help, but I guess no one ever noticed it. And yeah, this the last two stories that she posted on her Instagram page. She said, again, shaking my head. I said, nope, not today. Then she said, and laughing like it's funny. Now, don't get in my comments saying that I'm trying to justify this whole situation, because I am not. I am just simply saying that her Instagram told it all. It was actually a cry out for help.
Salute G Money for the $20. Says all her life she had to fight. I mean, it's given that, bro. It definitely is given that. Salute for the 20.
This whole situation is heartbreaking because two families are in pain. One person has lost their life and another one's life has changed.
Yeah, this is an unfortunate situation, man, and this is I don't feel like anyone's trying to give her an out. I just think people do understand that people deal with mental illness differently. A lot of people you can't judge someone just because they don't cope with situations like you do. You know what I'm saying? So like, not everybody gonna handle a situation like I would or like you would. Some people gonna, you know what I'm saying, go off on the deep end. You just don't know who you're dealing with in this world.
I don't give a damn. Y'all steady trying to justify that McDonald's worker that stabbed her motherfucking manager. Talking about, let's get to the deeper root. Bullies. What? Y'all couldn't get to the deeper root of bullies when motherfucking white kids were shooting up the schools because they was getting bullied? You couldn't get to they literally shoot up schools because of bullying. Yet y'all still get over here and bully everybody. Don't try and use this moment to justify what? And first of all, as a grown-ass woman, you can't get bullied. Let me tell you why. Because as soon as somebody play with you, bitch, you either supposed to beat their ass and show them that they can't fuck with you, or leave the premises and don't go back there again. Find another job. Obviously, McDonald's hire anybody. Okay? You could have went to another McDonald's. You could have went to another Burger King, Taco Bell, anywhere. You didn't have to take that lady's life all because you were getting bullied? You ugly as fuck. I don't want no, like, what? Hello? I really blew out my boobs. Big Moose finna get mad. She done jumped out the bed. She ready to jump out the bed. Because what is y'all talking about? Like, what are we really talking about? Dead ass.
Yo, what the hell? Yo, I mean, I want to cover everybody's perspective of it. I want to see what everybody is feeling about this situation, man, because this is crazy.
All right, rest in peace to the girl who lost her life at McDonald's. I'll make this video quick as I can. Now, you got one side saying there's no justification, there's no excuse for what she did. You got another side saying it's sorry for what happened to the lady at McDonald's, but she shouldn't have been bullying the girl. Now, I don't know if the girl's getting bullied or not. I'm just going by what she said. Now, I heard a girl say, for all you know, she could have made a whole story up about getting bullied, which she could have. It's possible, but we don't know. It'll come out later. But let's say she was getting bullied. All right, think of it like this. You wouldn't go into the worst neighborhood with a $1 million chain on, diamonds and everything, and brag about how much your chain costs. You know not to do that. You know what will happen. They're not going to be thinking, you know what, I don't have the right to take this man's stuff. I didn't even work for it. That's not how they think. You wouldn't go into the worst neighborhood and leave all your windows down and just leave, let's say, 100,000 in the sea, and leave all your jewelry in the sea with all your windows down. You already know what's going to happen. They're not going to be thinking, you know what, I don't have the right to take this man's stuff. I didn't even work for it. That's not how they think. The same thing with bullying a crazy person. If you bully a crazy person knowing that they're crazy over and over and over and over and over and over again, they're not going to be thinking, you know what, I don't have the right to end this person's life over words. They're not going to be thinking like that. So the best thing to do is just to not bully them. Of course, it's messed up to end somebody's life over words, yeah. But if you know they're crazy, just don't do it. Don't bully them. It ain't about they don't have the right to. They don't care if they don't. In their mind, they have the right to. In their mind, hey, you come at me, I'm going to come at you. If you come at me over and over and over and over again, I'm going to come at you. And you got to take whatever comes with it whenever you decide to bully somebody. Now, this is if she was getting bullied. Now, if she wasn't getting bullied and she did that to the lady, that's just a damn shame then. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
That's a good way to look at it. But that's like I said, you can't go to the lion cage and poke at the lion, and then when the lion bites your hand off, then you're like, oh my God, it's crazy. Put the lion down. The lion needs to be you know what I'm saying, taken out the game because the lion bit me. No, the lion did what, you know what I'm saying? You was provoking a lion and the lion attacked you. You can't just go slap somebody in the face and expect them to slap you back or walk away. Some people might pull out a strap and pum, you know what I'm saying? Some people not finna, you know what I'm saying? You ain't just gonna be able to walk up to somebody and slap them in their face. Somebody might take your life. And not saying it's right, I'm just saying you can't expect people to react to situations like you do.
That manager, young mother of 6 children, did not deserve to lose her life over harsh words or telling her to go home or whatever she was being accused of. I know everyone can agree with that. Everyone can agree that what happened was premeditated, that the young lady has issues, and that she did not have support. Okay? There isn't a lot of information with regards to the manager outside of her family, speaking very highly of her. But as far as other co-workers, there's very little information about her professionalism or lack thereof in the workplace. She didn't deserve to lose her life. She didn't deserve to come face to face with a person that is operating in their lower self. I'm sure her life was hard. Having been with that company for over 15 years, being in college, raising children, she was going through things herself. She might not have been happy with her life, and that could be reason in part as to why she was being accused of being harmful to this young girl. Whatever the situation is, no, she did not deserve to lose her life. Nobody should feel obligated to take the life of another over something that was said or a choice that is made. Nobody deserves to lose their life over misunderstandings or someone not having acceptance with a decision being made. Let's make that clear. If those people who see that young girl and notice that there is something seriously wrong with her, my message is what I say it is. I'm gonna tell you what my message is. My message is that we live in a society that is, for the most part, beautiful. However, there are people among us that have no rules. They don't move like we move. They don't think like we think. And to those people, I ask that you think before you react. Think before you react. Think before you do something.
It seems to me like this girl didn't have nobody in her life. I mean, where was her family at? Where was her mother at? I would like to know more about it. I mean, I think a lot of people just gonna write her off because she did some crazy shit, and they just gonna be like, man, the girl just fucked up. And I still feel like she's never gonna have anyone. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna live the rest of her life in prison, and at the end of the day, what is she ever gonna have in life? You know, no. It seems like no one has been there for the girl, and it seems like no one is gonna continue to be there for the girl. So she's just gonna rot in jail, and unfortunately she's gonna die in jail. Unfortunately. So let's continue.
That's going to damage not just your life, but someone else's life. Think before you make that move. Seeing all sides of the coin, that we live in a beautiful chaos. Who wants to chance running into the wrong person? Nobody wants to take that chance. Nobody wants that experience. Nobody. All that I can ask is that we learn to be kind to one another. Learn how to speak to one another and learn how to be a resource for other people, because everybody has a story. Everybody has a story to tell. And your story may help somebody else. Sometimes our job does require us to go above and beyond just so that we don't become a statistic. If it's not cut out for you to be that way, then maybe it's not for you. We have to show compassion in this world to those who are lost, those who are weak, those who are targeted, those who are without support, those of us who are managing our situation and adapting to our situations. We have the ability to teach, to help and assist. By all means, if you can do so, because we are in the neck of the battle and it ain't looking pretty. But it can get better. It can get better. And it will get better. It will get better. I pray for her family that their healing process doesn't take them off the edge. I pray that the company looks out for them so that they could experience healing with ease. Because it's not going to be easy when you lose your rock. It's not easy when you lose your rock. And I'm sure she was the rock for her family. To be able to stay at McDonald's 15 years and be in school for higher education. She was her children's rock. A lot of people are triggered by the situation. And yes, some people are most likely seeing it from a different perspective because of their personal experiences. But I don't think for 1 second that they are condoning or justifying what happened to that young woman. They may see the bigger picture, that that woman was deranged because they've been in situations and they obviously couldn't do what it is she did. Part 2 coming.
What y'all think about that, man? Let me turn this down. What y'all think about that, man? Like I said, it's an unfortunate situation all the way around the board, and everybody loses in this situation. I mean, I don't know if the girl was being bullied or not. Unfortunately, we'll never get Jennifer's side of the story. She's dead. You know what I'm saying? RIP to her. And I don't think we'll ever get to hear her side because I don't really think no one's going to speak out and tell what was really going on at that company. It sounds like none of the employees are speaking out. It sounds like everybody's being real hush-hush about what was going on at that particular McDonald's. So I'm not sure if she was bullying the girl or not. And I'm not sure if the girl was getting bullied or not. But all I can say is this is just a sad situation and everybody loses.
So I don't have to listen to you doing this and you're interrupting my music call on my phone. Stop fucking with me!
Yeah, she got some deep-rooted issues, man. She got some deep-rooted issues.
So I don't have to listen to you doing this and you're interrupting my music call on my phone. Stop fucking with me! Stop fucking with me!
She said, I don't want to have blank with you, SEX. She said, I don't want to have SEX with you.
I was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy. It was ridiculous. Because I know that I'm a great person, and I know I won't be tolerating that. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next. Because it wasn't right. It was ridiculous. And there will be hell to pay for that. Without a doubt.
Yeah, that girl meant every fucking word she was saying. She said there's gonna be hell to pay. The universe gonna teach these people not to fuck with me. She said there's gonna be hell to pay and behind what they did to her.
Shared how she had been homeless. How she rented a room. She shared how she had been homeless. How she rented a room from a stranger who expected her to trade her body just for a place to sleep. In one of her videos, Afeni explained that she was renting a room from a man named Wayne. She made it clear that she only wanted a place to stay, not a relationship. But according to her, Wayne kept trying to pursue her, despite her saying no.
I'm just sitting at this park right now. I wanted to I had to talk to my neighbor Wayne again and like clear up everything with him, because how I said how like he always like he's always like he always like look at me a certain way or something, and I told him that like I don't want to have sex. I told him that. So it's like, you know, sometimes he would give me something to eat or something if I didn't make anyone on Instacart. I get that. But I told him like I don't want him thinking that that I owe him that just because he do that for me. Sometimes I want him to think that I owe him sex. So now like after I told him that, it's like he's been crying and crying and telling me he think I use him. Dismissing everything that I do for him and did for him. Dismissing the fact that he had this condition that he'd been going through for a long time and nobody can help him. But me, I helped him get through it. And I cook, and you know, I don't have a lot of money, but I still make money at work, but you know, I don't have a car right now. I'm still working to get in a car. And he feels like I owe him sex. And now he's mad and crying and trying to make me feel guilty. I need to just calm down. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. But I should have known.
In this clip, Afeni recorded a moment where Wayne was tormenting and trying to gaslight her. You can clearly see her yelling at him to leave her alone while she's in her room, minding her business and playing the piano.
I'm playing my peaceful music so I don't have to listen to you.
Man, this lady is crazy as hell, dog. That was Wayne. So that's Wayne. This is Wayne. What the fuck, Wayne? What in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre are we looking at? Oh, Wayne Fisher. Ronald Wayne Fisher. Ronald Wayne Fisher of Michigan. Man. Criminal sexual conduct, 2nd degree, person under 13. So you're dealing with a whole PDF file here. Conviction state Michigan, date convicted 6/30/1995. Criminal sexual conduct, 2nd degree, person under 13. Man. Yeah, this dude got some weird charges on him, man. So this was her creepy roommate, and this is the dude who used to pressure her for sex and make her feel like she had to do what he said. Double tap the screen if y'all enjoying the content. We almost to 600 likes. Double tap that screen if y'all enjoying the content, man. Yeah, that was old Wayne Fisher, Ronald Wayne Fisher. Creepy shit.
You know, I remember working with managers over the years at different jobs. Some of them were great managers, some of them were wonderful leaders, and some of them were horrible. And whenever I would encounter working somewhere and my manager was horrible and I didn't see a way out or anything changing anytime soon, I just positioned myself to quit. I quit. I didn't go in there and harm anyone and take my frustrations and my anger out on anyone because I had a bad day or because I processed their behavior as bullying, which many times it may have been. I just quit eventually. I made plans, I found something else, and I left the job. We live in a country where people feel like everything has to be exactly the way they want it to be, or else. They want to do what they want to do. And if you try to tell them something else, they look at you like you're the problem. Mental illness is at an all-time high. And the scary part is people who have it oftentimes don't even see that they're the problem. So what I suggest people doing is, if you're not happy at a job, just quit. If you feel like someone's gonna make you reach your breaking point to where you snap, it's time for you to go. You have a few temporary setbacks in your finances, but you gotta work on not snapping because you had a bad day. And what I can't understand the most is people justifying this behavior. You're justifying someone who just unalived somebody because she had a bad couple of days, because she had a bad couple of encounters with this person. We don't know the details of that story. Only she said the lady was a bully. Who's to say that was true? Maybe she processed it that way. Maybe she processed discipline and someone giving her direction and someone telling her no and someone telling her to go home because her behavior and her conduct and her performance wasn't good. Maybe she processed that as bullying. How do we know the story? And even if we did have all the details, you don't get to unalive somebody because you don't like them. Period. It's time out for that mindset because they're waiting on a reason to snap. And the way things have changed in this country, you don't even have to be over the top, nice and going all out for people. You can be respectful, kind, pleasant, but you do not have to go all out for people anymore, especially people you don't know. It's nice to have people around, but you do not have to do that anymore because what I'm noticing is people process stuff differently. And your good intentions to them may mean that you're up to something. They don't look at you as helpful. They look at you as someone they can prey on or blame because they feel some type of way about life. And so be very careful with who you're generous to, who you talk to. I mean, shoot, who you even hold the door for. I just like, oh baby, I got it. You know, we live in.
Some people saying she was mad because she had to go home to that creepy dude. She didn't want to get sent home. She was trying to come in on her days off because she didn't want to be with that creepy dude in the house.
A world where you got to watch everything, every behavior, because so many people are just one hello from snapping, and it's bad, but that's the truth. They're not all the way there upstairs. If you are somebody who you know is experiencing any kind of mental episode, schizophrenia, some type of mental problem going on and it's visible, and you feel a way and you know something's not quite right, you need to text or call 988, the crisis hotline, to talk to somebody quick. Because what happened at that McDonald's should have never happened. That woman should have talked to somebody. Even if she didn't have family, she should have called somebody to say, I'm having weird thoughts. Social media is not the place to go. Because in their eyes, everybody's a nutcase. Quit making excuses for bad behavior. We gotta stop making excuses for bad behavior. I mean, the amount of people saying the manager deserved this because she was bullying her, you are part of the problem. You're enabling this behavior. I mean, I'm sorry if people are losing that life and that life is not what they thought it was gonna be. They grew up during troubled times. Their mental illness has spiraled out of control and they don't know what to do, but I'm sorry. Unaliving people because you had a few bad days and because you're losing that life and because you're unhappy with your life and your current situation is no excuse to go and take it out on anyone else.
Do y'all agree with this lady on the screen? Let me know. Drop the gems if you agree with her. Drop the caps if you don't like what she's saying. Let me know in the chat.
Because you're upset. And I really believe that we live in a country where people really feel like they're entitled and they can do what they want to do. And if and when someone corrects them, that's a problem to them. I really believe that this lady who unalived that manager at McDonald's, she processed direction, discipline. She processed that as bullying because she felt she should be able to do whatever she wanted to do at work and no one should say a thing about it. And these reality shows, Baddies, Zeus Network, all this stuff, they are permitting bad behavior around this world, around this country. They are being celebrated for acting like an idiot on national TV. And they are making it seem acceptable to just simply get up and fight for really absolutely no reason, simply because they don't like somebody. Imagine a person who's mentally ill watching this show and saying, if they can do it, then I can do it. If they can fight somebody, then I can fight somebody. I don't have to have a reason. I can just simply not like them and go handle them myself. It's time to stop celebrating buffoonery and bad behavior, period.
it's time to stop accepting it and allowing it. The moment it comes around you, you need to remove yourself from it. You need to remove yourself from it. And that means watching it online too.
I think she has some good points in there. I might not agree with 100% of what she said, but I think she definitely has some good points in there. She definitely was making a lot of sense. Let's keep it a buck.
And the crazy thing is, I remember seeing that video come across my For You page of that employee that just stabbed her manager, saying that her manager was bullying her, that she kept sending her home. And it was just something that didn't sit right in my spirit. I kept looking at her and I was like, this, like, it's something about a person's eyes, in my opinion. Like, I don't know if any of you like look at body language or certain things when some things are not all the way right, you know? Like, it was so eerie and it just felt like the full story wasn't being told. Like, I'm like, this is like the classic case of someone that is like imagining that these things are being done to them, but they take it out on, you know, the people around them, and they start painting these narratives that do not exist. And people were in the comments of this video supporting them, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's why you can't bully people, because people are gonna snap and da-da-da. With no nothing. Like, they just accepted what she was saying. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Only for it to come out that she went to go stab her manager. And on top of that, this wasn't her first offense with a knife, stabbing somebody else. And this, hello, in her videos on TikTok, she's like using the knife and saying cryptic things. You have to have so much discernment when you consume content online. You could be being lied to and not know that you are, because people will present just receipts, which, by the way, now in 2025, anything can be doctored, even like voices with AI, which is like even a bigger mind F, because it's like, who and what can we trust? You know what I mean? So I just always say, go off of people's consistency. Like, what does a person consistently show, not what do they say?
That's real shit, though. That's real talk. This is very much so mental illness. The girl was dealing with a lot. She was not all there. She just wasn't all there, and it's just sad, man. But I don't think she was ever gonna get any help. Just look at this crazy shit. Yeah, like I said, it was something there. This girl was thrown off. She was very much so thrown off, man. This is a wild behavior, but this comes from a place. I just think that she definitely just wasn't happy with her life.
That girl who unalived her manager in Detroit, I just went down a whole rabbit hole of just like some videos from her. Baby. And then to find out that she have poked someone before. Yeah. The first time, they should have gotten that girl serious mental help, because she has some type of borderline personality, something. She need a psych ward. And I'm not saying this just because she poked the lady and you know, unalived her over the job. Like, if you go down the rabbit hole, you seriously understand that this lady need more help than just prison. Like, I feel like she would make a poker in prison and use it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, going down that rabbit hole, you just start to see a bunch of cryptic messages, a bunch of weird behavior from the girl. She definitely, like I said, it's borderline scared me to watch some of the stuff that she was doing. It was very creepy and sinister, like she was Chucky, the bride of Chucky.
Man, I gotta take on some.
It was weird, man.
All that shit that y'all females saying about this girl. You can tell that she was the most populous person. You can tell that. And for everybody to get on here and bash her about what she did, bro, I don't feel sorry for that manager. I feel sorry for her. You can tell that girl was going through it. In her personal life and her work life, you can tell. Man, just in like a few hours, I seen so much stories about her. You feel me? About her personal, matter of fact, about her doing her own lives. So you can tell that she was an internet junkie. You feel me? And what I mean by internet junkie, she liked being on the internet. She liked to document her life. Feel me? So you know that she was the outcast of that establishment. You know that. Now let's get to the factual parts. People have to understand there are work bullies, no matter if they in management or they just a regular employee. I'm gonna paint you guys a picture, right? Okay, I looked at one of her live with her videos, and she was saying what her manager used to do, like probably prior to that. Like her manager was one of those managers that walk around and expose her own personal business. Miss Muhammad literally said that, oh, my manager was walking around telling everyone that she broke her doors in her house and she pulled out the gun on her kids. Why is that manager putting that out there? Why is she speaking it so loud that everybody probably in the store can hear? Why would she put her business out there like that? So this girl already knew how this woman was. She knew that this woman was on some other type of shit, but she proceeded to keep her mouth closed and do her job. Now let's get up to the part where the manager kept sending her home. This girl literally said that her manager sent her home. She went back on one of her days off to try to regain the time she missed from being off of work. And I think she said that the manager ain't get that to her, you feel me? I mean, come on. You do the math of that. She literally don't like that girl. She literally wanted to get rid of that girl. She literally was picking on that girl, man. Not knowing that this girl going through it inside her brain. I mean, come on, man. I feel bad for the mama. I wish she would have played it different, but gotta understand everybody have a breaking point. And that was the day she lost it. And that lady lost her life.
So he looks at it totally different. He like, look, I'm on the employee side. The manager was just dead ass wrong. So it seemed like he's picked his side and he's standing firm on it was definitely the manager's fault. She lost her life because of her behavior. That's what he's saying. I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying that's his opinion. Let's continue.
This woman sent me home again. I have bills to pay and all kinds of things, and she's playing with my money. She has something against me. I hear her and my coworkers laughing every time I pass by them, and I'm sick of it. I've been dealing with these type of people my whole life. People just be pushing people buttons, not knowing that a lot of us are already on the edge. And it don't take much to be at the point of no return. They're pushing to the point of no return and they don't even know it. I just don't know how much more I can take. All I wanted was for people to respect me and leave me alone. I'm just sick and tired. So please pray for me. Because my mind keeps telling me no. But my anger is telling me yes. I'm so confused, y'all.
Let's watch that one more time, man. What the hell? What the hell is going on, y'all? Man. They said distasteful is treating someone. They said 2 lies gonna say, girl, you at work, you can't be left alone. I don't know. Was this her breaking? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all saying AI, but this is the same video where she was just in on the other one where she was live. I don't know. I don't know. They said I don't see no tears though. She definitely just did the same video from her other live. I don't know though, y'all. Y'all tell me in the chat. I don't know. They said I watched the video. She never cried. Yeah, she never did cry. She looked as if she was trying to cry. I never seen a tear come out her damn eye though, man. Say her eyes look soulless. She needs a hug and shown some love. I'm crying for all involved. If you've been bullied, you know. They say she got the little dark eyes. This is obviously AI. This is someone else giving her a voice. Hey, look, man, I don't know. The girl definitely went live in the same get up and said the same shit, but I don't know, y'all. she said that she was crying out for help, saying the same thing in a lot of her videos, that she was at her breaking point, the point of no return. This is not, ain't something new that she was just bringing up in an AI video. I don't know, but I don't remember her saying that.
I was once written up by a black female supervisor 10 minutes after she got promoted. I was 18 years old working for a call center, and I was the top salesperson on the floor. There was nobody in the building who made more sales than I did. And so there was a woman that used to sit next to me, and she applied for one of the open quality positions. And as soon as she got into that office and started listening to calls, within 10 minutes of her being given that office, I was pulled into her office, and she had written me up for not reading the script verbatim. I didn't lie. I didn't tell any untruths. I didn't put the company in jeopardy. I didn't violate any laws. It was because I did not read the script verbatim. And so you know what I did? I told her, I said, well, you can keep the write-up and this job, and I got up and I left. What I did not do was go to my car and get a mask and a knife and go stab her. Years later, I was working for another company that got taken over by another company, and so my supervisor became a black female. She was a black female who could not have children. At the time that she came to the company, I had 3, my youngest being my daughter, okay? I had to take my daughter to the hospital because she was having some issues, and the pediatrician said, okay, you need to go ahead and bring her in. You need to bring her in now. This woman called me every 15 minutes on the minute for 3 hours. Every 15 minutes. It was so bad that they told me, you know what you might want to do? You might want to go ahead and at least temporarily block her number, because I didn't want to turn my phone off, because I had 2 other children who were in daycare, who were at a babysitter, and I was like, if something happens, I need for them to be able to contact me. And so one of the nurses suggested that I block her number temporarily so that I would stop getting these calls every 15 minutes. When I got back to work the next day, there was a write-up from her waiting for me, and on the write-up, it literally said, did not come to work because she took her daughter to the hospital. Months later, I got pregnant again. And I didn't want to tell anybody that I was pregnant because I was already having issues with this particular supervisor. I was in training and management at the time. And so I was one of the people who would train the new hires who were coming in. And I didn't want to have any problems. So I did not want to tell anybody that I was pregnant. But, you know, you get pregnant and then evidently you show, right? So once I started showing and she realized that I was pregnant, which, by the way, this was a black female supervisor who could not have children on her own. And so I do think that she resented the fact that I was able to have children and she was not. So as soon as she realized I was pregnant, the first thing she did was she put me on the night shift. So now, instead of getting off at 3 o'clock in the afternoon so that I could get my children, which is what my schedule had been the entire time that I had been working there, I was now getting off at 11 o'clock at night. So I had to rearrange everything in my life, okay? About a month before I had my son, I got really, really sick. And when I say sick, I had a fever of 103. The woman told me that if I stayed home or went to the doctor and did not come to work, that I would lose my job. So I came into work. And the training class I was working with knew that she would fuck with me just for the sake of fucking with me, right? And so I told them, I said, listen, guys, I'm really, really sick. I'm really, really tired. I have a really bad headache, but we're going to get through this class tonight. We're going to get through the training. And then towards the end, I'm going to give you guys some independent work to do. So it's 15 minutes before the class is supposed to end. I give them independent work. I go sit down. I close my eyes. I put my head down like this because at this point, my head has been killing me all day. I still have a fever. Okay. Now, she walks by the class as my eyes are closed and my head is like this. And so one of the employees just asked me a random question. She was like, Miss. And she asked me something that was just like so random. And I just kind of looked at her like, you know the answer to that question. And she did like this. And I realized that the reason why she was asking me the question was so that I could open my eyes because she knew that my supervisor was looking out of the door. Okay. 15 minutes before the class ended. When I came back the next day, she wrote me up. You know what I did? You want to know what I did? After I had my son, I came back and I took a demotion so that I could work underneath someone else and still make money to be able to take care of my children while I found another job. And then when I found another job, I left without giving them a 2-week notice. I gave them like a 30-minute notice. It was like, I'm out this bitch. Have a good day. I left. But what I did not do is go to my car and grab items and stab her. Later, I went and I worked for another company, and my supervisor was a black female. And the only issue that she had with me was the fact that other men in the office found me attractive. There was no issues with my work. I had some of the best accounts. My accounts were making some of the best money. They were some of the best franchisees in the entire organization. And the only issue that she really had with me is that other men in the office found me attractive. And so she picked and 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 she picked. And then one day she wrote me up. And so I went into her office. I'm looking at this write-up and I'm like, I'm not going to sign that. As a matter of fact, fuck you and this job. And she said, what? I said, fuck you and this job. I'll go ahead and leave. And so she says, okay, well, you need to go ahead and grab your things. No problem. I'm going to go ahead and grab my things. Well, I need to escort you. I don't think that's a good idea because I don't trust you and I don't feel safe around you. And so she's following me around the office as I'm...
Let me ask you females a question in the chat. Is this like a work thing where females working under females or working around females? Is there like always issues with women at work? Let me know in the chat because I'm hearing all of her stories that she's telling. Ladies, do you too in your work environment have problems with other women? That's the best question I can ask. Ladies, let me know in the chat. Do you have problems working around other women? If you do, drop the gems. If you do not, drop the caps. If you too have issues working around other women or working for other women, drop the gems in the chat. If you do not have that problem, drop the caps. Let me know if this is like a female competition thing. Is this what goes on in the female workplace?
Going to grab my things and she keeps touching my shoulder and I'm like, please don't touch me. I've already asked for you to find someone else to escort me out of the building, but please don't touch me again because this is not going to end well. She's following me, she's talking and she's laughing and she's giggling and she's constantly touching me. I go to the office next door, I believe it was the accountant, and I told him, I said, if you don't get this bitch, I'm going to body rock her ass. And as soon as I said that, I said, oh, wait, to myself. I'm like, oh, no. Those are penitentiary risk words. We would not do good in jail, Miss Ma'am. We would not do good in jail. Don't do it, lady. No, don't do it, lady, right? And so what I did was they didn't get anybody else to escort me out. So what I did was I grabbed my things and we were on a very high floor in the building. And so instead of going to the elevator, I went to the stairs and then she stopped following me because obviously she was not going to walk all the way down those stairs. But you know what I did not do? I did not go to my car and grab items and go and stab her. And by the way, I left that job without having another job lined up. Okay, the same thing I did with the company that I was working for at the beginning of the story when I was 18. I did not have another job lined up. I just said, you know what, fuck you and keep it, right? I did not go to my car and grab items and stab her. I did not kill anyone. Okay, love? So even in all of that, there is no way that you were going to convince me that this woman is in any way justified because she felt like she was being bullied. And actually, if you go and you actually do some more research outside of her Instagram page, which I know is a completely foreign concept to so many of you here on TikTok, because most of you get on TikTok and you run your mouth without actually going and researching the shit that you're running your mouth about. If you go and research, you will find that she was often sent home because she wasn't doing her job. She was often sent home because she was on her phone instead of doing her job. She was often sent home because she was doing TikToks on the job. Now, even that information is available on her Instagram page, by the way, right? Like that information is available on her Instagram page. So she was being sent home because she was not doing her job. And so while at the same time, I can say that I do not justify anybody bullying anyone in the workplace because they have a position of power, I also will not justify or even give conversation nearing justification for murder because you didn't know how to get the proper supports to manage your emotions and whatever mental illness you have. Just because you have a mental illness, it does not mean that everybody in the world has to walk around on pins and needles in an attempt to not trigger you so that you will not murder them. Get healed.
Yeah, it was she gave some game up in there. I ain't gonna lie, and I didn't know that y'all females had such issues at work together. I mean, I have seen catty situations with women at work, you know what I'm saying. But I be minding my own damn business. I mean, I haven't worked in a while, so you know what I'm saying. When I did, I definitely did see women always had some type of drama.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We are now surviving this Looney Tune adventure.
This girl right here, I told you, with the Jada Pinkett set it off wig, Pearl of Bible, with the goddamn, I don't know what type of outfit this is, and the bride of damn Chucky. She was the bride of McDonald's during her Bible. You know what I'm saying? She was never no victim of Jennifer Harris, pure Bible. And this is what people are saying. Now, I don't know if Jennifer Harris really bullied her or not, you know, possibly. But I've been studying this case and I gotta speak on it one more time. I believe she could have been pushing her around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But this little girl was born to kill, pure Bible. I looked at her on Instagram. I don't feel all this she was bullied stuff. Absolutely not. I'm not buying it. She wanted to take somebody's life and she wanted to see what it felt like during survival. She got a video where she's holding a bird, a deceased bird, like she's enjoying the feeling of holding a dead bird like Jeffrey Dahmer, survival, just to see what it's like for the soul of a bird to leave its body. You know what I'm saying? So she wanted to know. I'm telling you, look on Instagram. She was playing with knives, talking about she done stabbed somebody at Taco Bell, pure survival. So she been trying to take somebody's life. And these costumes, what did Chucky like to play with? Knives, pure survival. Michael Myers, Jason, they all played with butcher's knives. And that was one of Chucky's favorite weapons, pure survival. So this little girl was a demon, and this is just what I believe. She pled not guilty, so you know she's going to try the insanity thing, pure survival. I think she was insane. Yes, she was going through a bunch of stuff, but she would have been knocked somebody else off if it wasn't her boss, pure survival. She was going to end up knocking off her roommate. The roommate that was trying to make her have sex and stuff, make his wiener disappear, pure survival. The 60-year-old man, the sicko, she was going to get him first. And I believe if they didn't lock her up, she would have killed some other people, pure survival. She's the 2025 serial killer, pure survival.
This dude is on her top, man. He said she remind him of Chucky, Jason, Michael Myers, and all the other Looney Tunes that was on these damn horror movies. She definitely had some issues, man. She definitely did. I definitely think that it was just a matter of time before she snapped and went over off the deep end. It was a matter of time.
So, besties, if y'all don't know who that is 26-year-old Afeni Muhammad, who unalived her 39-year-old manager, Jennifer Harris, at McDonald's. And I don't know about y'all, but in that video, I didn't see no other human beings. And so it really looks like Afeni been crashing out on social media, been crying for help, because it looks like demonic possession to me. According to court records, she stabbed her manager up to 15 times, bro. And this is not her first rodeo. Apparently, she's been arrested for stabbing someone before. Rest in peace to Jennifer Harris. Her children are now left without a mother because of this wickedness. The video that's going around of Afeni, she was saying that the manager was bullying her and this and that. And people were really in the comments defending her, talking about y'all need to be careful who y'all bully. Are y'all okay? Because this girl was demonically possessed and took the life of her manager, y'all talking about you gotta be careful who you bully? Y'all might be just as possessed as she is. Through everything that's going down, the craziest part of this to me is that in that first video, she's wearing a hat that says Jesus. Them demons was not having it with her. So what y'all think, Bessies? Is she gonna try to cop an insanity plea? Y'all think that could be justified? Or should they throw the book at her? Let me know in the comments.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. The book is on the way. They finna toss that motherfucker at her. There ain't no way up out of this one. She pleaded not guilty, but the insanity ain't gonna get you off this one, baby girl. Because your social media is given premeditated, unfortunately.
Let me tell you why 26-year-old Afeni Muhammad should not be in jail. Let me tell you why Afeni Muhammad should not have a $25 million bail for unaliving her 39-year-old manager, Jennifer Harris, mother of 6, inside of McDonald's in Michigan. Afeni Muhammad does not deserve to be behind bars because society has failed to help a woman that was used, abused, and obviously suffering from mental illness.
He's saying that she should not be in jail. Hey, y'all, double tap the screen. We almost at 700 likes. We need 30 people to double tap the screen in the building. Can I get 30 people to double tap that screen? Let's go.
The courts are bringing up Afeni's prior incident with the poker as part of the reason for her getting this $25 million bond, but they're failing to acknowledge that this woman was in an extremely abusive DV relationship involving alcohol, which caused her to use the poker to defend herself. Afeni's IG is littered with videos of her begging for someone to help her to get proper housing so she can get away from the new man in her life that was treating her as nothing more than a piece of meat. Add to that ongoing mental illness and a boss that you claim is bullying you on the job and stopping you from making the money that you need to get away from your abuser, and you get yourself an old-fashioned recipe for disaster. No, Afeni should not be in jail right now. She should be in a hospital getting the help for her ongoing mental illness, and Jennifer Harris should be at home being a mother to her 6 children. Society has failed them both. This crime was totally preventable.
It was, but I think that she was crashing out on social media thinking like somebody needs to see this. Somebody should help me. I'm crying for help and no one is listening. And eventually she was going to snap. Eventually it was going to be too late. She was not just going to be able to go through the rest of her life. Granted, what she's been through so much. I could just look at her and tell she's been through a lot. I could just look at her and tell the girl is fucked up in the head because she's been through probably a lot of traumatic shit, and she probably had no one to go to. If she's living with a 60-year-old dude who got allegations with someone under the age of 13, and it ain't even allegations, he's been convicted of it, so he's definitely a sicko. He's 100% a fucking sicko, so you know, it is what it is at that point, man. No one listened to her. She had nowhere to go. Where the fuck was she gonna go? I mean, if she was going home to that dude every night and screaming and crying about that, I mean, just imagine what the rest of her life was like. If you
Your
can.
boss sends you home, you're upset, and so you tell her you're gonna come back and then do the unthinkable. I get it. Everybody wants a victim and a villain, except this wasn't Afeni Muhammad's first time doing something like this.
Now, I used to work with her at Top Repair. The homegirl wasn't even rap type when we was there.
I get it. We don't know her. But what about this?
And then finally, the defendant does have a prior instance of at least one that I'm aware that involved a stabbing, similar obviously to the stabbing that occurred in this case.
Salute, Paul.
And this.
Defendant has a prior criminal record out of Virginia for malicious wounding. It was actually felony malicious wounding that was reduced to unlawful bodily injury concerning a stabbing, and that is what gives rise to the habitual second.
We're going to go down the rabbit hole of Afeni Muhammad's life, and we're going to go into details about what happened on July 10th. But already, with me doing the research I've done, I see so many ways that this could have been prevented. I'm T Styles, national best-selling author and filmmaker. Let's get into the story. No, I'm not having it. We are not going to use an artist's art against them, because then you're opening the doorway to somebody looking at my books, specifically this one, and definitely that one, and saying something may be wrong with T. The reason why I feel like we can do that probably in this particular case, though, is number one, at some point, she just stopped rapping and singing and started talking. Listen.
Maybe because I keep too much weight on my wings. Maybe I should just try everything and go to the gate where the angels sing. In fact, that's exactly where I'm headed. From this point.
But it was particularly what she said when she said the part about, I'm going to put my life story into a song.
I too will incorporate my life story into a song. Then I realized I was supposed to have all along.
She's actually telling you that this song is not only important to her mental state, but also could have something to do with what went down on July 10th. I went deeper and deeper into her music.
That girl has some weird demonic music. I don't know Yeah, I told y'all this is a weird ass situation. Like, this story is fucking crazy. As her music was not on a good frequency. It was very low frequency and very demonic. Yeah, I mean, this girl, this is crazy.
The music was filled with a lot of pain. All of it was filled with a lot of rage.
I swear, man, this Afeni just making y'all look even more dumb.
And then I happened upon this video. This video was in black and white. And I'm gonna have to bleep some of it out. But the gist of this video being in black and white is, it appears that she either lives with somebody, and this particular person, they're no longer together, or they weren't ever together for that matter. But she nursed this person back to health, did what was necessary to bring this person back to a condition where he was fine, and now he expects her to put out in order to either live there or be with her, or be around him. And not only is she yelling and saying something so sensitive on social media, she cuts it from being outside and then goes inside and then goes into yelling at him again.
I'm just sitting at this park right now. I wanted I had to talk to my neighbor Wayne again and like clear up everything with him, because how I said how like he's always like he always like look at me a certain way or something, and I told him that like I don't want to have. I told him that. So it's like, you know, sometimes he would give me something to eat or something if I didn't make anyone on Instacart. I get that, but I told him like I don't want him thinking that that I owe him that just because he do that for me.
So she takes us from outside, I believe, and then goes into the house. And she says her neighbor keeps wanting that thing from her. To which she was like, I don't want to give it to you. I don't want to give it to you. And commenced to screaming. And at one point, I didn't know if he was on the phone or if he was there, but it sounded like he was actually at the house. So she said it was her neighbor, but he seemed like he was at the house. I don't know if they roommates or what have you.
Yeah, this story it's cringeworthy. I ain't gonna lie. It's very demonic and it's a twisted fucking story, y'all. Get the likes up. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen and get the likes up, y'all.
I don't want to. Okay. He's like, okay, girl. All right. I don't know who won it in the first or second place. I don't know what was going on there.
You're interrupting my music call on my phone. Please leave me alone. You told me you never ignore me. Stop.
I do believe that there are some mental issues. If you look at how she's acting, it's obvious. So now we come into what led up to the final thing. She gave us breadcrumbs. She told us exactly what was about to happen. Look at these videos.
She's like trying to make it seem like that she big
He was like, you said you would never ignore me. That's what I heard him say. You said you would never ignore me.
Over some shit. I don't like that shit doesn't scare me. You know what I mean? That shit doesn't scare me. If she thought she was trying to intimidate me, that shit didn't intimidate me at all. I don't give a fuck. Tell me about some with stuff she did. Maybe that's why they always fight her to defend herself. I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. It isn't funny at all. So, She could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her.
I feel like she was revving herself up for what happened on July 10th, which I'm going to go into more detail about. I believe she was revving herself up. I believe she was hyping herself up. I know some of you don't want to believe that, and some of you choose to believe that the victim, the real victim in this case, the mother of 6 who lost her life, y'all want her to be the bully. I've already said this is not the same. This woman has had previous incidents using weapons. So me telling you can't do this thing or you can't do that thing does not make me a villain. You know, especially if you are a manager. I know some of you don't want to hear that, like this young lady.
For y'all to keep saying why she didn't get another job, why she didn't do this, it's not always that easy. It's not. And y'all work jobs and y'all know that. Like, everybody isn't tough. I'm a tough person, but guess what? I've worked around people that aren't so tough. I've worked around people that even if they get tough, it's an emotional type of tough, and emotional toughness is very dangerous. Because if you're emotionally tough, that's when you can do the worst things out of your emotions. Like, y'all don't be knowing, like, y'all be working around people that have nothing to lose. Like, you might think just because a person has a job that they don't have anything to lose, but sometimes people don't care about their job. Sometimes people got way worse or deeper things going on to where they don't care about losing a job. Like, and if they have to lose their job, you're going to lose your job too.
We weren't there, but no matter if we were there, it doesn't give you the right for what went down on July 10th. Okay, 2 days before this stabbing, 26-year-old Afeni Badu Mohammed had been ranting and raving about her manager. We just saw the videos that she just did. So on July 10th, the woman sent her home, okay? Now, she says that she had been sent home following an argument, and prior to her being Afeni leaving, she says, look, I'm coming back, to which she returned, had a weapon, and stabbed 39-year-old Jennifer Harris multiple times. Now, there was a man, a customer, who was in the drive-thru, who saw all of this badness, and then fired his in the air, I guess to distract. By that point, the damage had been done. However, when Afeni attempted to run, this bystander, I really want to see who he is. I'm going to try and find him. If this video is up in time and they show who he is, if he shows himself, I'll put it up. But he got her and held her for the police to come. Now, she was arraigned the next day on July 11th for a $25 million bond. The judge was not having it. There were so many reasons not to let her go. And I went through some of them earlier. But it needs to be said again. She has had previous incidents. There was one young lady who I showed you briefly. She went into more detail on her TikTok, saying that she has had issues with her, and she did almost the same thing at Taco Bell. Not only that, when Afeni left that day, she told the lady she was going to be back, so it was premeditated. There were so many instances and so many situations and so many things that occurred between the July 10th and prior to let people know this was not somebody that was just bullied. This is somebody who has mental health issues and who said she was going to do a thing and then did a thing. A lot of times people think it's because somebody has mental health issues that folks are going to let people out. No, nobody's going to get out for this. They're definitely going to make sure they get here. There's too many witnesses. And I don't always have a lot of faith in the system, but I'm putting it in it right now because of so many other circumstances. But she was not a victim. Just because you don't like somebody that's going to send you home does not give you the right to take somebody's life. I'm so sorry. I know some of y'all want that to happen, but that's not how it works. This person needed help, didn't get help. Her music shows it. Her past history shows it. She set out to do a thing and then did a thing. And the saddest part about all of this is her, Mrs. Harris's children, she has 6, 5 girls and 1 boy, said that they had met her. She gave them a sticker and everything. Like, because the kids had been knowing her mother's employees for the longest because her mother was an employee at McDonald's for over 15 years. So she really loved this job. And they said that they had met her And then why would you take my mother? There are real victims in this. And it ain't Afeni, child. I know that's what y'all want, but it's not.
Man. What in the hell we watching here? Yeah, there was some twisted shit with this girl, man. Pure twisted shit. And this story is just sickening, man. It's sad and it's just sickening, to be honest.
If a man had murdered Jennifer Harris in that McDonald's, all of you who are currently defending her murderer would be talking about toxic masculinity and male aggression after rejection, and how men need to learn how to regulate their emotions, and how men need to learn how to accept rejection. You would not be talking about the state of men's mental health. The only reason why you are defending the murderer of Jennifer Harris is because Jennifer Harris represents every black female supervisor who you have ever had a problem with in the workforce. She represents every black female supervisor who was ever mean to you, every black female supervisor who ever mistreated you, every black female supervisor who stood in the way of you getting an opportunity, every black female supervisor who you felt like did you wrong in the workforce. And her murder makes you feel vindicated because that is an action taken against a black female supervisor who you felt powerless to defend yourself against. That woman is a murderer. This is the second time she has stabbed someone in her place of employment. The first time was in 2022 in the state of Virginia, where she stabbed a co-worker in Taco Bell. Does she have some mental health issues? Sure, she does. But if you really look objectively at her Instagram, what you are looking at is someone who felt powerless and who desired to feel the power of taking someone else's life because she believed that the power from her life had been taken from her. Everything on her Instagram suggests that she was building herself up because she wanted to kill someone. If it had not been the supervisor at the McDonald's, if it was not Jennifer Harris, it would have been someone else. Understand that she only left the McDonald's for 5 minutes, which means that everything that she had, including the mask and the weapon, everything that she had that was required to commit this murder was in her vehicle. She had already planned on murdering someone. And everything on her Instagram set her up to look like a victim. Everything on her Instagram, it's like a trail towards murder because she had already chosen who her victim was going to be. That woman is not a martyr. She's a murderer. She's not a martyr. She's a murderer.
Man. So that's a good point. She definitely already had the equipment. Now, just watching her social media, I'm just gonna say this. It was possible that she just rode around with did she have was it a Chucky mask? I wonder, was it the Chucky mask that she was wearing? Because she does just ride around with a mask in her car. She'd just be driving around with a Chucky mask and stuff on. And I'm pretty sure she had some sinister thoughts of playing Chucky and actually unaliving somebody with a knife. And maybe she was just in character. I don't know, man. I really don't know. But this lady got good points. She has really good points. But that girl definitely, it seemed as if she already picked a target and knew that she was going to take this lady's life. That's just my assumption.
She shared how she had been homeless, how she rented a room from a stranger who expected her to trade her body just for a place to sleep. In one of her videos, Afeni explained that she was renting a room from a man named Wayne. She made it clear that she only wanted a place to stay, not a relationship. But according to her, Wayne kept trying to pursue her, despite her saying no.
I'm just sitting at this park right now. I wanted I had to talk to my neighbor Wayne again and like clear up everything with him, because how I said how like he always like he's always like he always like look at me a certain way or something, and I told him that like I don't want to have sex. I told him that. So it's like, you know, sometimes he would give me something to eat or something if I didn't make anyone on Instacart. I get that. But I told him like I don't want him thinking that that I owe him that just because he do that for me sometimes. I want him to think that I owe him sex. So now like after I told him that, it's like he's been crying and crying and telling me he think I used him. Dismissing everything that I do for him, did for him. Dismissing the fact that he had this condition that he'd been going through for a long time and nobody can help him. But me, I helped him get through it. And I cook, and you know, I don't have a lot of money, but I still make money at work. But you know, I don't have a car right now. I'm still working to get in a car. And he feels like I owe him sex. And now he's mad and crying and trying to make me feel guilty. I need to just calm down. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. But I shouldn't know.
In this clip, Afeni recorded a moment where Wayne was tormenting and trying to gaslight her. You can clearly see her yelling at him to leave her alone while she's in her room, minding her business and playing the piano.
I'm playing my peaceful music so I don't have to listen to you doing it.
If you want to watch this full video, search.
Man, that I don't know. Words can't explain what the fuck this story is about, because it's like this. It's just twisted. It's more layers to the story. I still feel like we're never gonna get the full version of the story because the lady lost her life. I just think there was so much more to this story than we're being told, though. I'm not convinced that that's the full story. I'm not saying she's lying. I just feel like we need both sides. She can't just die and we never get her story. She's never gonna get her voice to be heard. And I definitely feel like there's more to this story than what this girl is saying.
I gotta put my 2 cents in right now on this topic. By now, you should have heard. If you have not heard, there was an unaliving of a McDonald's manager, single mom, mother of 6 children, I believe. And the suspect is the employee, 26-year-old, who had some issues with her. She was sent home and she came back with a knife and she stabbed her multiple times in the face, right? And she passed away, succumbed of her injuries. So I've seen a lot of commentary. I've seen the comments. I've seen the division between some who are saying, hey, people shouldn't be bullying people. And as a result, you are not responsible for how somebody else responds, whether that be an unaliving or what have you. Then I'm seeing a second side of people, group of people who are saying, are not excusing it, right? Right is right, wrong is wrong. And unaliving somebody is wrong, no excuses. My take, I 1000% believe that was wrong on all levels. I think everybody can vouch that they have been pushed to the edge by someone or something, right? But how do we respond? We didn't unalive anybody. That is not a natural response. And I have been in the comments and I've been responding to people like, look, I get it. Mental illness. I get it. However, the natural response of a person who is angry, who is frustrated, who feels like they just want to destruct something or do something, even if we think of it, acting on it, that is a whole nother level of spiritual darkness. That is spiritual wickedness in high places influencing a human being
to go beyond the human trait of doing something. That's just my take. And I say this because of Ephesians 6, verse 12. And I'm going to read it. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. I absolutely believe that people are influenced by darkness. They are influenced by the wickedness that's in the world.
I agree with that. I think a lot of people are, this world is dark, man. I mean, look what's going around. Just look at all the shows that come on TV. Just look at everything that's being promoted right now. We are in a wicked, wicked time in this world, in this life we live in, man. And unfortunately, there is no role models. There is no help for a lot of people, unfortunately, man. So what are we to do out here?
You know, this situation with the McDonald's worker and the manager, it doesn't surprise me. There are a lot of people in manager positions, supervisory positions, that abuse their power because they aren't leaders, they're bullies. And this, I'm starting off kind of rough here. And I do apologize because there is a reason for everything in life. So I send my condolences to the family. It's hurtful. It's permanence. You know, we used to say that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And we used to say, you know, be careful how you treat people because you don't know what it is they're going through. Now, one thing that people have to understand when they're in these manager and leadership positions is that sometimes you're going to have employees that are in compromising situations. Situations where their character is being assassinated at home. They're going through identity crisis through, you know, whatever types of abuse they may be experiencing outside of the workplace. And if they confide that into you, then it's up to you to decide whether or not you choose to show some compassion, rather you choose to show some compassion, or rather you choose to be just like those who are mistreating them at home. Not knowing if that is the situation, but it seems like she has some trauma from her childhood or from relationships or both, and nobody was there for her. Now, granted, we are in some really trying times. We all are suffering and going through things, and it is true that hurt people. But sometimes you got to step away and really reflect on your own responses, reactions, and treatment of other people. And I speak from a place where I have experienced managers who are bullies, managers who try and dim your light, managers who try and purposefully misunderstand you so that they can label you different. They can label you uneducated or unintelligent because you think outside of the box. You do things differently. You aren't like the others. And people sometimes don't like people that aren't a reflection of themselves. And what they'll do is they'll begin to triangulate you. They'll show favoritism on people that have similar personality traits as they do, and they'll form a crew against you. Triangulation in the workplace is something serious, but when you're in a leadership position, who isn't going to agree with you? The only person that isn't going to agree with you is the person that is the target. And this isn't the first time, and nor will it be the last time that this type of situation happens. It is a growing and increase of women who just are having a hard time getting along in the workplace, in the neighborhoods, in families of all races and ethnic groups. It's not just a black thing. even though I would love for the experience to be outside of our own people, outside of Black people, but it just seems so prevalent. Maybe we're not listening to other women from different cultures and backgrounds discuss the bullshit they go through at work and at home with other women. But now's the time where we put the spotlight on this and let it be known that, listen, y'all have laws, right, in place that protect people from discrimination. But you have no laws that really protect people from bullying, triangulation, and isolation, cruelty. You make it so hard to prove in the workplace. It's just really hard to prove in the workplace. That light is so bright, and I'm trying to rest up today. But I found that video to be very disturbing. I wasn't even looking for it. It came in my feeds where she had the knife. That was one big ass knife. She showed up, okay, to do what it was she wanted to do. She had her mind set. No more. Enough is enough. And it's a shame when somebody is crying out for help and there is no one there to help. Where are the adults in these positions? Why aren't there mature leaders, resourceful leaders, compassionate leaders, leaders that can point you in the direction of resources? We need stuff like this in a society where it is volatile. We already know that children between the ages of 14 and 22, I'm going to say 22, not 21, 22, are more volatile due to their youth, due to their inability to process issues and resolution. Everything is bounced on a plane to teenagers and young adults. And there are no resources available, so everybody's just supposed to say, oh, you need therapy. It can be said in such a way that it's demeaning. It can be said in such a way that it takes away from that person's character and makes them feel some type of way. But there should be someone at every position, in every institution, in every job that handles these things. Somebody needs to oversee. And they need to be compassionate. They need to be mature. They need to be held to the standard and status quo. Period. Stop hiring managers and leaders who aren't leaders. They're just bullies. That's what we should make a move towards.
So it looks like everybody has a different opinion on what this situation truly was. Give me a second, I'll turn that down. A lot of people got a different opinion on what the situation truly was or what it meant to them. Some people have dealt with it before. Give me a second. Some people have dealt with it before in the workplace. Some people have not dealt with workplace bullying. I don't know, man. It seems like the chick was she just lost it. She to me, it seems like she had been lost it. I don't feel like this is something that could have been avoided. I agree with the other young lady who was speaking on the situation where she was like, she was gonna unalive somebody eventually. This was something that was inevitable. You were not gonna be able to stop this from happening because she didn't have anybody to help her. She was already. If you listening to her social media, she was telling you, I'm going to do this. Somebody finna have to pay, and it's gonna be this girl right here because she keep playing with me and she think it's sweet. She didn't say those exact words, but if you listening to her on social media, she told you she was gonna take that girl out the game. She told you, I'm gonna knock you off. You playing, the universe gonna show you you should have never fucked with me. Telling her you're leaving the universe and I'm gonna send you there. So this was something that was premeditated to me. I feel she deserves life in prison with no possibility of parole. I feel like the girl, although I do feel like she was crying for help and she needed help and she's mentally ill, I do agree that she's right where she's gonna be for the rest of her life, and rightfully so. RIP to the young lady. If she was a bully, people gotta stop bullying people because you just don't know who is who. But it still don't give nobody a reason to take her life, and she deserves to still be here taking care of her kids. I don't know if she was a bully or not. I don't want to speak ill of the dead. But if she was, we got to do better. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we're in management positions, and especially when we have a position to be leaders. Because if you're just looking around the room, most girls are looking at Krishan and Blueface and thinking that's normal. Most girls are looking at Krishan on these baddies shit, looking at Zeus, and they think this is normal. A lot of girls see a lot of people, they interact with each other like, hey, I solve all my problems with my fist. So most people think it's okay because you see on TV, they promote it so much. You think it's okay to mimic the behavior that you're taught, especially when you don't have anyone to teach you. When your parents let you get raised by devices, meaning these damn phones, computers and shit like that. You got your phone in your hand, you got your computer in your hand. They promote a certain chaos. They promote certain violent behaviors. They promote promiscuous behavior all over social media. So that's pretty much what you taught. That's the norm. It ain't normal for your parents to sit you down and give you them talks no more. These days, your parents is shaking ass in the bathroom and posting it on social media. These days, your parents in the club and, you know what I'm saying, still getting loose. These days, your mama smashing a YN. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the generation we live in. So, unfortunately, man, I don't really see how we gonna be able to help because people are bullies online every day. People get in the comment section and bully people every day. People don't even get the demonic behavior that they present to the world. I don't really think people truly understand how evil they really are. And this ain't just her. There's a lot of evil people, especially all over social media. The world is just demonic. And unfortunately, there ain't nothing we gonna be able to do about it. They say, yep, that's sad. Get the hell out of my damn chat. Get your goofy ass on, man. Get your weird ass off the channel. So unfortunately, you can't even stop to talk to people. They appear to be normal until you hear what they're asking or saying. Don't want to be mean, but better safe than sorry. They said he better not. It said Randy and have no self-respect for themselves. She thinks she's the victim and she's justified, so they see others as the devil. Please do not mention other platforms. Yeah, don't mention it. We talking about people. We're going over a girl who just unalived somebody for being bullied. We're not talking. Y'all still want to talk about last week's news. We moved on, bro. We over here working. We ain't worried about none of that shit y'all talking about. They said YNs call themselves demons, thinking it's cool. They said a man in Philly just poked a random couple too. Said exactly, being a manager or supervisor isn't just about bossing people around. It's about having leadership skills, coping skills, and listening ear, etc. Exactly. Whether it be parents, if you're a coach, a teacher, police, doctors, politicians, people just got to do better, dog, because the world we living in now, we at the end of times, man, and that's unfortunate for the youth, man. The kids a lot more kids are gonna end up in these situations. Look at the Carmelo Anthony situation. Look at all the situations going on with our youth, man. It's a lot of the kids that's going through a lot of this shit, and the parents are the reason why. There are no parents. Where's this girl's parents at? Where's her family? Why is no one speaking out on her behalf? Where's the work employees who can verify these stories? Because it's very vital for them to possibly do an interview or speak out and say something, because that could save, if that was all true, I'm not saying that she'll get off, but maybe she could get off with insanity if maybe possibly she was really being bullied, or maybe she does get to go to a mental hospital. I don't know. But I doubt it. I think she's going to do life in prison. But I think it's vital for the employees to speak out at this point, man. I want to know what the fuck was going on at that particular McDonald's, and why did she feel like she's justified in taking that lady's life. Man. Get him out the channel, man. What is wrong with y'all? What is to troll about this situation? Y'all are just weird, bro. Y'all are just weird. I ain't got time. Don't y'all see, I'm not even in the mood to joke around, fam. This is a serious topic. I don't care nothing about what y'all talking about. They say audio cutting in and out. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right, let me know now. We good? Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Let me make sure we good. Is the audio good, y'all? Yeah, it sounds good on my end. It sounds good on my end, so I don't know. They said, yes, the employees ain't said shit. Said 26 is young. Wow. Yeah, she was 26. I think she needs to serve time, but definitely get an evaluation. They said, there's no more family helping each other, asking you, are you okay? Yeah, your family don't even check. To be real, outside of your main family, your family probably don't even check on you no more. Hit you up like, hey, you good, nephew? You good, cousin? You good? Whoop de whoop. Like, let's just be real, man. Your family ain't really family no more. Because it may be more employees that was bullied. Yeah, I want to know, was there more employees that were bullied at this establishment? I want to know, was anybody else bullied by this lady? Because the employees at that job are going to be very telling. They're going to come out and tell the true story because they witnessed everything that happened there every day. So I would like to see. Hold on, let me make sure my shit good. Hey, we good, y'all? Oh yeah, I could hear it. I don't know why. Maybe it was breaking up at a certain point. I don't know. It sounds like my audio is good though. It sounds like it's good. I don't know, man. But she was young. She was definitely young, and she had a lot of life to live. But unfortunately for her and the other girl, everybody lost their life that day. It wasn't just the manager who lost her life. The kids lost their parents. They don't even got a daddy because he's incarcerated. They don't got a mama because the mama is now dead. Now the girl don't have family. She has no one. She lost her life that day too. So to everybody involved, it's a loss all around the board. And then the people at the McDonald's should have spoken up sooner. Even if it was like they should have said something on both ends. Either the girl was crazy as hell and she needed help and someone should have spoke out and helped her, or they could have seen the bullying going on and they could have gotten help for the girl to stop getting bullied. Somebody could have stepped in and did something. I feel like this whole situation could have been prevented if people would have been mature and handled the situation like they were supposed to. Somebody should have reported it. Somebody should have documented something on one end or another. They should have reported the employee or they should have reported the manager. It ain't about being a snitch. Sometimes you could be saving somebody's life, man. It ain't about being a snitch. Sometimes you could be saving somebody's life. Leave and come back in and refresh your screen. They said, how was she bullied though? I don't know. I don't know that she was. She's saying that the girl used to send her home and not let her finish out her work schedule and not let her get her hours and just picking on her, touching on her, like not touching sexually, like poking her or just making it a point to put her hands on her or something. I don't know. You keep going in and out. I don't hear nothing wrong with my audio. I don't know. I don't hear nothing wrong with my audio, so maybe it's your phone. I don't know. They said, I always ask managers if they want to fire me on the spot as soon as they play with me. I ask when they want me to drop my stuff off, they leave me alone. They said, McDonald's don't care. They said, he sound clear on my end. Yeah, my audio sound clear on my end. I don't know. Maybe it's your phone or something. I don't know. They said, I'm just getting here. Did you cover the fact that she apparently stabbed her ex 2 years ago? I heard that she stabbed somebody at Taco Bell. It was another employee. They said she stabbed a fellow employee at Taco Bell as well. So it wasn't just McDonald's where she was violent. They said she was violent at her previous job, which was Taco Bell. I didn't hear about an ex. I heard that she was stabbed. I heard that she stabbed somebody at Taco Bell. This is what people not talking about, bullying at the workplace. When you go into, when you do, there are bullies that where I witnessed it. I have witnessed employers bullying their employees. I definitely have witnessed it firsthand. Like I said, I used to be a manager, so I've definitely seen a few times where a manager just didn't like somebody and was like, well, they couldn't really just take them off the schedule, but they can say, I don't want them on my schedule and I close 4 nights a week. So, and this person can only work nights. So we're only giving them 3 days next week, the days I am not working. So, or the days that by the time I'm in the morning shift and they come in for the night shift, I'm not working with them. I might see them for like an hour. They're not working on my shift. And that's how it goes in the workplace. If you're a manager and you just don't like somebody, you can just be like, oh, you know what? We're cutting hours today. You go home. We're sending you home. We don't need you no more. Technically, they don't need to send nobody home because they got so many hours to play with. So they're saying they're cutting hours for whoop-de-whoop. They're lying. I'm telling you, this all bullshit. When they come to you telling you they're cutting hours, and there is no such thing as cutting hours. They're making it up so that they can get their bonus on the back end. You do this year round, you keep the hours at a certain level and you don't overpay people. As long as we don't cross these amount of hours this year, you're getting a bonus at the end of the year. So keep the hours short. So I don't like you. As soon as my shift starts, you're going home. I don't like you. You're out of here. Go home. We're sending you home. We're not even letting you pick. You're going home. So that's a way to bully your employees. You don't like them, you just make it their job hard. I don't give a damn if you got a new car and you got to make a payment. You out of here. I don't give a damn if you just moved into a new house. You got to go. McDonald's always need help. They be slow as fuck. They say it's an everyday struggle for me, and the only reason I'm still standing because of God. Salute, salute, Angie, salute. They say sales up, labor down. Exactly. They say, you part-time now, wow. They said, did she do time with that Taco Bell incident? I don't know about that. I think she pleaded to a lesser charge and probably got probation or something. Some of these so-called managers act like that's their damn company. From what we saw, she don't seem to be fit working with customers. Been rocking with you forever. Haters out here trying to make you look like you bully. So I don't care nothing about that. Get that out of my chat. I don't care nothing about that. Please get that out of my chat. Do everything to mess with their life. They say corporate will tell the manager to send people home if it's slow. Yeah, exactly. But that's so they can get their bonus. That's a form of bullying to me when you fucking with people money, knowing damn well you don't have to, just because you don't like them or just to please the company, right? That's a form of bullying, ain't it? It's my opinion. People have requested to work with Mr. They will ask HR to send them to my office. My office is peaceful. My plans, gospel music. I don't talk a lot. I'm not micromanaging you at all. I said, was she approved to go in on her day off? I don't know. We don't realize how many people that are out there like that. Exactly. So she's not standing alone with this, man. There's more people out there who feel just like she does. And there's more people out there who definitely are crying out for help. And when we see things like this, we need to start helping people, especially on social media. These things go viral for the wrong reasons. Like people will watch a couple crashing out on the internet, right? You sit there and watch a couple crashing out on the internet and you think it's cute, so everybody's sharing the video on Facebook. It's like going viral. Everyone's sharing these two people, like the couple that that dude who just unalived his girlfriend, the Frenchman, and the Dior chick. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but we covered their story. But people are watching it live, and this dude is clearly about to kill this girl. He's clearly finna unalive her. And people are too busy sharing it and laughing. And in the comment section, no one's calling the police. No one is calling their phones to stop. No one's showing up at their crib. No one is stepping in. They all sharing it and making it go viral for the wrong reason. Then when the live ends, the girl is dead. Now the girl's gone. And now he unalived himself. Now both their lives gone. I'm not saying that it's the people watching it fault, but I definitely hold them accountable because a lot of these people don't realize people need help. Maybe you won't grab your phone and document what's going on in your house and tell all your darkest secrets in your bedroom, but somebody out there is crying for help and you're not helping them. You're too busy laughing at them. You're too busy sharing the moment versus saving the moment. Someone could have saved that girl's life and saved his life. Yeah, he deserved to go to jail, but he could have still be living and he could be going down for domestic violence. And I think the man should have been locked up. But the girl should still be here to this day. So somebody should have helped that girl, just like somebody should have helped this girl. Somebody should help a lot of people. I said I'm going in and out. But my audio is good. Yeah, my audio is good, fam. I don't know what y'all talking about. I clearly hear myself. I said when you work for restaurants, bars, fast food, you cut hours, it's empty just how it is, people. Yeah, that's how it is everywhere. Everybody in here going through something. We ain't taking no lives. Not exactly. But like I said, we're not going to take someone's life. We're going through stuff in the real world, but not everybody's going to be capable enough to handle every situation like everybody in this room. Somebody in this room will snap. Somebody in this room will crash out and lose their freedom or lose their life and behind some dumb shit. Somebody is not built like you're built. Some people chemically imbalanced. Some people just cannot handle certain situations like you do. That's just the facts. That's just the facts of this story. So like I said, this is another sad story that we covering here. It's a fucked up situation. Ratchet, the employees can't talk publicly about this situation because they are going to receive survival pay. So if they get paid to sign a document agreeing not to speak on, well, maybe that's true. I know a lot of people will be split. Do you think she can plead insanity? She can try, but I think it was premeditated. I think that they're going to make the argument that she definitely saw this coming. We had 1,300 votes on the poll, and 67% of the room had heard of that story. 32% of the people had not heard of that story. So I think we did a good job putting salute Big Baby for the 11-month membership. Great show tonight for our world. Salute Big Baby. I appreciate that. Salute, salute, salute. What do y'all think about the content, man? Do y'all want to cover more stories like this? Because I just pulled this one out of my hat. Somebody hit me up, was like, hey, you need to cover this story. I was like, what the fuck is this story? I never heard of this shit. But, hey, I like when y'all put stuff on my desk. So anytime y'all want me to cover something, just send it to me. I'll do my research, and I will put a highlight on the story. There was also a missing little boy that I was going to cover, but they ended up finding him. So, yeah, we're going to cover more stories like this. Let me know in the chat, did y'all enjoy tonight's content? It was different. I know it's left field, something y'all probably didn't expect me. Well, if you know me, you probably did expect me to cover some shit like this, because I cover a lot of cases that ain't so popular. I like to touch situations that ain't just like mainstream cases. Like, yeah, this one it was kind of big, not really. Like, I think that there's not a huge highlight on this one. Double tap the screen if you enjoyed the content, though, man. Double tap the screen. We almost up out of here. It's a prime example of the movie Last Straw. Mental awareness is so important. We definitely need to put a highlight on mental illness, man. Mental illness, and we should put more awareness on mental illness, and we got to stop ignoring people that we see have mental problems, man. And I think we should pay more attention and help more people on social media. So when we start seeing stuff on social media, let's be the first people to report it to the proper people instead of sharing it to get everybody to go viral, and then people crash out and lose their life or their freedom. Let's put a highlight on that, man. Let's normalize helping people. Let's normalize not bullying. Let's be anti-bullying. I don't like to see people get bullied. So the woman, I wish she would have handled it differently, but unfortunately she cracked. She snapped. Unfortunately, that was her breaking point, and not everybody. You should cover the barbershop cases. Well, send it to me, Reese. Send it to my phone. Yeah, if y'all want me to cover something, send it to my Instagram, send it to my phone if you got the number. Y'all know how to get in touch with me, man. Like I said, this is a crazy, crazy story. I'm about to jam some music, and we gonna get the hell up off here, gang. This your boy Big Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang, and this is RatchetTV. Get into the comment section when I end this video. Let me know what y'all thought about it. I love all y'all very much. Good night to everybody in the chat. Hey, let's jam this song and let's get the hell up off here, man. I will see y'all tomorrow when we back. I love y'all, man. Mental illness, man, is very real. Pay attention to your loved ones and help save somebody, man. Each one teach one. Let's stop bullying people, man. Let's actually help change the world, Ratchet Gang. I love y'all. Let's go.
She bought me a drink and she different, 'cause I'm usually the one buying the liquor. Truth be told, I think I like the feeling. I never met a woman so persistent. One shot, two shots, she keep pouring up. 3 shots, 4 shots, I think she want me drunk. it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the gray. I told her she could have what she want, now she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah. This really hurts to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. This a whole new world you ain't even know existed. Yeah, money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the gray. I told her she could have what she want, now she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah. This really hurts to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. This a whole new world you ain't even know existed. Yeah, money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the gray. I told her she could have what she want, now she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah. This really hurts to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. This a whole new world you ain't even know existed.
I used to believe in you. I'm on to every word you said. Thought it was me and you, but you had other plans instead. You couldn't stay true. You welcomed her into our bed. You must have lost your mind. You must be out your head. Yeah. 'Cause you're a snake, you're a liar. I'll bring rain, I'll bring fire, and you won't know peace. You're a clown, you're a fool. The joke's on you, 'cause you messed with me. I don't get hurt, no, I get even. Best believe it's heartbreak season. I'll bring rain and I'll bring fire, and you won't know peace. You won't know peace, no. You won't know peace. You won't know peace, no, no. You won't know peace. Best believe it's heartbreak season.
Yeah, it's coming soon, lady. Nah, come on, it's coming soon. We got it coming soon, real soon. Hey, I'm about to get up off here, man. Get into the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about tonight's live. The album is coming soon. Just be patient. We got it. It's coming. Salute to the gang, man. I love each and every one of y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Salute, man. I'm out. Let's go.